Commander Cody, a question for you. Would you consider me an S-tier villain?
I wouldn't consider you to be a villain at all, sir.
I guess you're right. Well, what about an S-tier boss?
I've only had one other boss, sir, and that's General Kenobi. So if I'm comparing you to him, I suppose I'd have to think about
me, Palpatine?
The General's wise, leads his men into battle. As for you, sir, I'm sure you have many have different qualities, sir.
Execute Order 66!
General Kenobi was one of my best friends, sir.
Pretty S-tier if you ask me. Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Dune Sea. My name's Seth.
And I'm Konnor.
My favorite comment is from last week. It was on Instagram. It was the Yoda Man reel that you made.
Huda Man, Yoda Man.
It's from Katie Walsh, 33. The cringe is strong with this one. I couldn't agree more. Because that's all I can think when I see that. It's like someone back in the early 2000s was like, Star Wars fans are into this. This is right. This is what they want. Yes.
Well, that intro voice you did just I was like, are we Count Chocula or Count Dooku?
Did it throw you off? My bad. Here I am. I'm just trying to be cool.
My favorite comment was also from last week, but from our YouTube video, from our good buddy Star Wars Sith 66. 2015 through 2016 was some of the best years to be a Star Wars fan. Movies back in theaters, merch, celebration. Everyone was happy and waiting to see Luke in 2017 with a laughing, crying emoji. And you know what? I'm not going to comment any further on that because I was happy too back then. You know what? I'm happy now.
I was going to say, what about now?
Yeah, no, I'm good now too. Nothing bad happened in 2017. It was awesome. We're doing a tier list.
Woo!
This week. If you can't tell, the return of the board. And hey, I know what you're thinking.
We've heard you. We've heard your cries.
I know what you're thinking. Guys, that board is the exact same size as last time. But listen, it's not the size of the board. It's the size of the icons. And look, they're a little smaller this time, but...
Wow. I got coming in strong.
I got a dedicated board cam this week. That's right, people. Live board cam reaction. It's in 4K, so it's going to be sharp. I hope. We got 4 cameras going on today, people. That's right. Like, if you could see this insanity going on today. Oh, yeah. We're playing hardball because it's the tier list time this week.
Yeah.
The villains tier list. We're gearing up for Acolyte. Acolyte's next week.
It is.
It's supposed to be the show all about the villains, the Darksiders.
Yes.
And if you've never been here before for a tier list, in this coffee cup, we've got a bunch of villains.
Not every villain, mind you, because there's lots in Star Wars.
Yes, we always get this every time we do a tier list.
Well, why didn't you do this?
What about so-and-so? There's a lot in here, people.
A ton.
Like, there's a lot.
Lots.
But I'm just going to come right out with it. There's no High Republic villains. We have not read High Republic stuff.
Not enough High Republic. How about that?
Yeah, so there's no High Republic, but...
Or Legends.
Movies, TV shows, video games, some comic book. That's what you're getting today, people. But if you're expected to see like unnamed HK unit from that one episode of Clone Wars, good chance he's not in here. I'm sorry to burst your bubble.
No Lumaya, the Dark Woman from Star Wars Legends.
I can confirm that character is not in this mug. Some surprises in store in this mug, however. There are quite a bit. There's even some surprises in store for my co-host here. He's not aware of.
I don't know what all is in that.
But quick rundown. S tier, you guys know what S tier is. It's the best. It's perfect. It's the way to go.
Yeah.
A tier, it's pretty good. It's almost without flaw, but maybe there's a couple things holding them back. B, mostly good, a little bit of bad. C, definition of mid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a balance. It's just as much good as there is bad, right? D, guys, like we need to talk, right? Like you need to, there's a conversation to be made that you don't need to exist at this point.
Yeah.
F tier, at this point, this character is a detriment to the property that they're in.
Yeah.
Okay. I treat F tier and S tier with like, they're very serious categories.
The utmost respect, really.
In our past tier list, very few things ever fall in F tier.
It's true.
Very few.
Yeah.
Because to me, an F tier is like, you've ruined this thing.
Yeah.
Like you are so bad that like you have destroyed.
You can't see past it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we're talking about Star Wars. We love Star Wars. I mean, look around here, guys. You know, like we love this stuff. So we
have fun.
So will there be some stuff in F tier? I don't know. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
So quick, just briefly, how are we grading this? Right?
Yeah.
So
do you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay. So you and I did not really talk about how we made our list. We were just like, all right, we got to rank the villains. Okay. So I made some criteria. So this is how it affected my ranking. Here's some rules. Were you a dark wizard? And the sins that come with that lifestyle. Okay.
Okay.
All right. How about being affected by the means to an end or willing to do anything for a cause? Okay. Participated or caused genocide.
Okay.
Having just a high death count. Being involved with kidnapping children. Being involved with the enslavement of people. And then maybe your overall impact on the saga as a whole.
Okay.
And then the final one, the final rule for me is a face turn. So turning into a good guy.
Okay.
Does hurt your placement because we're talking about being a villain.
Interesting.
There are there's like a couple cases where it doesn't really because the sins affected the overall thing. But yes, that I think that it hurts. Yes.
Okay.
So that was just me building this tier list. But yeah. Building my tier list.
Okay,
yes.
so yours were very specific. Mine were pretty vague. Mine were how evil are they? That's number one.
Okay.
Like evil. I'm talking like just straight objective evilness, right? Things like the kidnapping children and like slaughtering people and things like that. Yeah. But the second one, which I think arguably is a more important one, and sometimes is not always coinciding with how evil they are, is how good of an antagonist are they?
Gotcha.
So sometimes you can be a really good antagonist, but you're not necessarily evil.
Yeah.
But that makes you a good villain, though, of the story.
Yeah.
I got to be real. There's the rule of cool in my list. There's some of that.
Gotcha.
And then there's a little bit of personal bias. There's like, you know, but the face turn is interesting because I'm not sure. I'm inconsistent with this on my list because there are some characters that I'm like, I think that it makes you a better character, and there are other characters that I think it makes you a worse character.
It's true. And so but we're talking specifically about being a villain.
I know.
So that's the whole
why
thing.
It's hard.
Yes.
That's why it's like,
exactly.
Even though we just laid these rules out, you're going to come back. You're going to, at some point during this list, you're going to be like, no, guys.
Yeah. Hold up.
No,
well, here's the other thing.
You hypocrite.
They need to also know this is a law of average.
Oh, we're okay.
Right. Or are we not going to do that? Because
an average between the two of us.
Exactly. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Law of averages. Yeah. Like we're going
that's the last rule is like, we have to come to an agreement. So we have to fight out our points.
Exactly.
So, all right. All that being said, let's get right into it.
You can grab the first one.
You want me to go?
Yeah, you go first. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I'm scared. I've been really nervous about this.
Oh, wow. We're going right out of the gate. Yeah. We got another thing. We always start them out putting them in B. So don't freak out.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren.
I gotcha.
Kylo Ren, Ben Solo. Which, guys, I really hope that these are easy to see. I'm going to be really upset if not, because I'm looking at the camera and I'm like, that looks like a little circle. But I'm like, hopefully I could zoom in.
I'm sure that you can.
I'll figure this out.
I'm sure that you can. You start.
Okay.
Where's Kylo Ren? Yeah.
Kylo Ren. So, judging by my own kind of rule sets, I'm like, how evil is Kylo? I think it makes him interesting because he struggles with this. And I think this makes him a really fun villain and a fun character.
Yeah.
And this is where it's like, it's tough for me because sometimes it's like a really good character does not necessarily mean he's a good villain. But Kylo Ren, one of his core character elements is that he struggles with being evil.
Yeah.
And I think he's an excellent antagonist. Again, not necessarily talking about evilness, but antagonist for episode 7.
Yeah.
For Force Awakens. He is a great foil to Rey. Who was also struggling with coming into the Force and in and of herself.
Yeah.
And I think he's a great foil to her.
Yeah.
Get into Last Jedi. again, I think he's great here in The Last Jedi. As much as I have issues with that movie, he's awesome.
He's really only bad for part of it, though, too.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't do a whole lot of evil things in that movie, except for against Luke. You know, he's very not nice to Luke you know, toward the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Rise of Skywalker, he has his turn, which love it, hate it. I'm kind of on the fence. Like there's things I'm not sure about. So, but for me, and then real cool, I gotta admit, the guy, I like his look.
I was gonna say I love his Force Awakens look.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the coolest looking Star Wars characters. I love that
agree.
like evil monk kind of look
I agree.
to him.
I agree, and I think that he. I think I ultimately come down with this character that he's. I mean, inarguably the best, one of the best parts of the sequel trilogy.
Yes.
Some people would argue the best part of the sequel trilogy.
Yes.
But I think that he's in a unique spot with any character on this list, other than maybe one other one, which we'll get to, where he struggles with being a villain.
Yeah.
And I think that even though it's immediately contradictory to some of the rules, I think that that puts him about right here.
Wow.
For me.
Wow. That seems okay. Interesting. Huh. Well, I guess I'll put in my 2 cents about it. Is that like, so I think SNL got it right. Do you remember what they said about him?
No.
You remember when they were doing the undercover boss?
Oh, yeah.
They were just like, Kylo Ren, that dude's, I can't say it. They call him the B word, and they call it a punk B word. And then, and they said that he's like 120 pounds soaking wet. The other thing is like, he's a foil to Rey, but he loses to her every single time. The dude
Does he though? I was thinking about this when I was making my list. He loses the first time.
Yep.
That I think arguably is the only time he loses the entire sequel trilogy. Now let me lay this out.
I don't know.
Let me lay it out.
I don't
All
know.
of Force Awakens.
Yeah.
That dude is
chasing her like a shadow. Yeah.
But he's commanding everything all through Force Awakens.
Kind
he's
of.
winning every encounter he gets, including killing Han Solo. That's big.
It is.
That's big villain energy right there.
Yeah, but how did he end up dying himself? He gave his life to save Rey.
Okay, but hold on. We're not getting there.
Okay,
We're not getting there yet.
Okay. I'm throwing it out there.
Force Awakens.
Okay,
right?
yeah. You can't look at it though like it's just Force Awakens.
But I'm going through each movie.
Okay.
TLJ.
Yeah.
Again, he doesn't lose. He doesn't lose a battle in that movie. Does he?
I mean, like, he gets kind of punked by Snoke, and then all he ever does is
he kills him.
But before that, he gets electrocuted by Snoke, and he gets
gets
told to get out of here. Yeah, he gets told to get out of here.
Yeah, but that's like a master apprentice thing. It's like saying Vader gets beat by Palpatine all the time. It's like, but like that's not. I don't think that's fair.
All right.
Rise of Skywalker, he does I don't think he loses that duel on the Death Star 2. He wins that duel, but then Leia comes out at that moment.
And then she kills him, basically.
But I don't think that that's him losing. He clearly is winning that duel.
He needed some help. I mean...
No, he didn't. Rey did. Rey needed the help.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, that she took care of him, and then she had to heal him up.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying I don't think he loses the duel, though. Like,
maybe
a supernatural intervention comes in to stop him.
Yeah.
Because he was about to win and defeat Rey.
Maybe.
That's all I think
saying. Before then, don't you remember like when they were in the Death Star or whatever? Give it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think that she's kind of pushing him around like the whole time, basically.
Tross is Kylo's weakest in terms of his villainy, for sure.
Definitely.
When that should have been his strongest, which is unfortunate.
Yes. Should have just never taken off the helmet. Should have just been the bad guy.
I disagree with that point. He should have definitely had it on more.
Yes.
But yeah.
And then too, that like in Last Jedi, I feel like that he's kind of like face turned by like when he kills Snoke, that he's like, nah, I'm going to do my own thing.
No, I disagree. I think you think
he's still being a bad guy?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they had to fight their way out.
Yeah, I just think he kills Snoke and then he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to still be evil. I just want you to be evil with me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Won't you be my evil girlfriend?
Yeah. What do you think? So you don't have him in A. Where do you
I do not have him in A. I have him in low B.
Low B?
Low B, just because that it's like, again, he's got that rule cool, but I mean, again, the whole that he's struggling to be a good, like, to even be a villain. Yeah,
See,
so that's why I think that it hurts it.
I anticipated you having this opinion, so I did put in parentheses on mine. I could compromise atop a B.
Okay.
If you would do that.
Sure.
Okay.
We could put him, I'm fine with that.
Because I knew that I was going against my own rule set by I think that him struggling with being a villain is pretty unique.
Yeah.
they don't really. Unfortunately, I don't think that they.
Well, it hurts.
They don't do enough with that.
Yeah, and it hurts him in this list specifically.
Yeah,
Like,
it's all so subjective too.
Yes.
It's like, how do you want to judge it? Because we were like, are we judging these guys as characters, but villains is just a category?
Yeah.
You know, or are we judging them as villains? And
Yeah,
we're judging them more as villains.
villains.
All right, cool. Heater out the gate.
Pong Krell.
Pong Krell.
Pong Krell. Look at that. General in the Clone Wars. Clones are dispensable. That's the whole thing. That's his shtick. So this is from the Clone Wars. This is from the Umbara arc, where basically he basically pits the two clone battalions against each other because he's mad at them. Basically,
He just thinks, he just doesn't like clones.
yeah, and he thinks that they're expendable, like the droids are for the Trade Federation.
Mhm.
So yeah, he's got a baby, like a baby arc and like a whole, I don't know. I mean, like it's like 3 episodes of Clone Wars.
Yeah, some of the best.
Yes,
people love to hate this guy.
Yes, it is really, really good. I placed Pong Krell in B tier.
B tier.
Yes, because I mean, you know, he thinks that life is expendable. He has a very large kill count because I mean, he kills several clones himself.
Yeah.
That's my thought. B tier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have him in the exact same spot. I've got him lower B tier only because
he's lower than that. Or I mean, I got him lower. I just wanted to.
One thing kind of hurts him that I've never liked about Pong Krell, outside of why you're not supposed to like him.
Yeah.
I don't like that he suddenly wants to turn to Darth Tyrannus at
That
the
is
very
really
end of his
odd.
arc. Like,
Yes.
I like the idea of a Jedi who's just like so overcome with being a general and like this evil, like disregard for life.
In the evil of war, or like being willing to do anything in order to win.
But then they just make it so black and white where it's like, oh no, if you're a Jedi who believes this, then you're automatically a Sith.
Yeah, that you're.
I never liked that with his character. So he's like here for me.
Gotcha. I'm fine with that as long as he's in the B tier.
Yeah. Cool. All right. All right. All right.
Yeah. Okay. We're cooking with gas.
Ooh. Okay. Our first surprise. So Dryden Voss, but you see a little lightning bolt?
I do see that.
This means lightning round.
Okay.
This means that you got 1 minute or less to throw him up there.
Okay.
And there are going to be several characters in here that you didn't even know were in here.
Okay.
To have this little lightning bolt.
I got you. And I have to do it or you're doing it?
No, I'm going to do it first.
Okay,
I'm just letting you know the rules.
Okay, gotcha.
So
there's a lightning bolt. Go.
Dryden Voss.
Gotcha.
He's like a C because he's pretty, I mean, definition of mid. When I think of Dryden Voss, I think he gets the job done as an antagonist, but what does he do outside of just insert villain here for Solo?
Exactly. I have him in D tier.
You have him in D tier.
What's he do? He doesn't do anything. Well, okay, he manipulated Kira. Neat. He tried to fight Han Solo, but it's okay. They killed him together.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
He worked for Maul. Neat. Wow.
I'm game.
Okay. Don't see any of his crimes. None of them. So it's hard to judge a man. Ooh. Okay.
Who do we got here?
We have Darth Maul's brother himself, Savage Opress, which I didn't know this was in here. So there you go. That this is another one of those surprises. That oh goodness,
that really should have a lightning bolt on it, but
it should.
It was a last minute addition.
Yes, I was going to say that I don't know. I am going to put him in quick. I'm going to put him in B tier as well.
Above Pong Krell?
Yeah, he can go below Pong Krell, I think. Okay, nothing's hurt, right? Okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
All right, well, we're going to do that. Lightning round. I'm going to call that because, I mean, he like tries to fight Obi-Wan. Yeah, like, him and Maul try to do bad things and stuff like that, but it's nothing of like, yeah, you're bad. Okay, cool. But then, you know, Sidious caps you and that's it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with him. Yeah. I'm like, he could go above Pong or he could be below him. I'm kind of either way.
Yeah.
Like, I like Sabash.
Yeah.
I think he's cool. He also, I think the biggest thing for me, he's not that evil. Like, he never strikes me as super evil.
No.
He's just doing what he's told all the time.
Exactly. And the whole thing is just like he's just an instrument of destruction. Another lightning
bolt. Another lightning round. Ochi of Bestoon.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Guys, we have our first, this might be a Beyond the Dune Sea first. F tier villain.
Wow. I don't know if I would do that.
For one reason and one reason.
Okay,
only.
why?
The dagger is
It's
one of the
stupid.
dumbest things
I
in
agree.
Star Wars.
I agree.
That's
It's
all.
dumb.
Lightning round. That's it.
Wow.
That's my reason.
Okay. Cool. He's funny in the comics.
Yeah,
He's really cynical and like kind of like Deadpool almost, but
He's a little better in the
you can put him in
comics.
the F. You can put him in the F tier.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, you're up.
It is weird that guy was hanging out with Darth Vader.
I know.
Like, I think that's so odd.
I don't like all the rises. You know what? That's even more reason for me. Even though he's funny, like
Yeah.
there's too many connections.
Yeah. Good God, we're getting even more.
Got another lightning bolt?
Mother Talzin.
Oh, Mother Talzin.
But this is just another one that I didn't know about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, I just shooting from the hip that I'm gonna like the witches of Dathomir are kind of doing their own thing during the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say that, like, you know, I'm gonna put her in C tier, like just a shooting from the hip, because I'm like, she helps try to kill Count Dooku.
Yeah.
Yeah, that she does fight Mace Windu for like a second with Jar Jar. But it's like she's orchestrating a lot of things from behind the scenes, but not great.
As a villain,
Yeah.
I'm probably there too. As a character, I'd probably put her higher. But I think
Exactly.
she's not that evil.
That's what I'm going to say, is that she's more like a force of nature rather
Yeah.
than evil. Yeah.
I'd probably put her around here too.
Okay.
Like, I think she's cool. I
Yeah.
think she's cool. I think that
And I think the witches of Dathomir are neat, but I don't necessarily think that they're evil.
right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the
I
same
think
boat.
that they're just like Darksiders.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Dedra Miro from Andor. I actually really like this character.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's fun. I think that Andor is a great example of what I mean by the difference between evil and antagonist,
Yeah.
because I mean, that show is all about the gray.
Yes.
You know, like the good guys aren't really good, but the bad guys aren't really super bad. I mean, they are, but there's a lot of
There's Cross.
that.
Yeah.
And I think Dedra is a really interesting character because she never comes off as completely evil. I mean, she's a bad guy, right? Like,
Yeah.
she does some not so good things.
Yeah.
But she's just someone doing her job, but she's just a really good antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's always there one step ahead.
Yeah.
You know? And so I think that makes her a really interesting villain.
Mm-hmm.
For that reason, I think I have her probably in the middle of B. Just because I think she's a solid antagonist, but she doesn't hit. I mean, I'll be real. She doesn't hit Rule of Cool. She's not iconic.
No.
Maybe she goes up after Andor season 2. I don't have a lot of personal connection to the character, but she's a great antagonist and she's kind of evil. So
Yeah.
she goes B.
It's fine. I'm happy with that, I guess.
Okay.
I don't have a whole lot to comment. I'll be real with you.
Yeah, no, Andor's not your favorite.
It's not my favorite. So yeah, there's a couple of these where I'm just like, no comment. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Lightning round, Gar Saxon. All right. Oh man, I hate to do this to him, but like, he doesn't really change anything at all. Like, yeah, like, but he's really just kind of in Rebels brought back kind of just so Sabine has something to fight against. I'm going to put him higher than Dryden Voss, but I don't think that he's great.
D tier.
I like,
really.
He's got a great look. I'll give you that. But I mean, like, Maul just throws him away in Clone Wars Season 7. We just don't know what happened to him. And I guess, you know, he gets...
I'd put him at least C tier, like low C.
Then put him at the bottom of C, I
Okay.
guess. Yeah, again,
I'll say
I think he's cool. But this is about evil.
He's
No. I mean, he's like, yeah, he's anything in justifies the means, as long as he's on top. Sure. But I mean, I would not consider him evil by any stretch of the imagination.
He's got like Rule of Cool. He definitely fights for, Death Watch.
Yeah.
He's like a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
He's just like, I don't know.
But he's like Starscream. He's just going to change factions to whoever's in charge.
Then this person's not on the list. He's Captain Enoch. He's just like, he's the unique trooper
That looks cool.
that looks cool and can command the guard.
Yep.
That's all. That's
And
all he is.
again, the horns, the yellow T looks great.
Ooh. Shin Hati.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the next big boys.
It is.
So, gosh.
What?
I
We
think
don't know a lot about this character.
I think we need to pull in an expert for this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I think I got a transmission from a Mr. Ashton Sharrett.
Okay.
Just about this character. Just so happens. I just have one on file.
Okay.
Maybe he can help us decide.
Okay.
Yeah.
It should be Beyond the Dune Sea. No, not Tatooine. The Seth and Konnor show. Okay, we're talking about Shin Hati. She is the perfect mix of like unhinged brutality under the guise of composure instilled by Balin's skull. Slightly chaotic and dangerous, but she's after power and was trained to be something more, as Balin says. I liken her to Anakin Skywalker in episode 2. Unstable, kind of unhinged. After that power, yes, she got her beat by Ahsoka and ran away on a horse. But look at Anakin at the end of Attack of the Clone. Except at least Shin still has all of her limbs, right? Shin is on her own at the end of Ahsoka. I think that combined with her being after power, her being abandoned by Balin and the Empire, I think she's ready to be completely unhinged now. Her musical theme during the show tells us exactly what we should expect from Shin as well. Kind of like this young sounding choir. But at the end we have her in full-fledged brass. So I know she's not super OP, and she's still in this growth stage, but with that being said, Misa proposed that Beyond the Dune Sea give immediately ranking A for Shin Hati. Thank you for your consideration. BD, you can cut the transmission.
Okay. Ashton, you make some great points.
He does.
Shin Hati,
Yes.
as he said. That is a compelling point.
It was.
Right away. Makes me want to throw it in A tier.
Yeah.
Always come in with the fire musical references.
I was hoping that he would do that because I'm just like, dude, you understand it more than me. Yeah, I can pick out a Star Wars song like with the best of them, but I don't know how that thing's broken down really. Yeah.
I really like the point that she's kind of in that growth stage, kind of like Anakin in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. I'm still hoping that she kind of fits that Mara Jade shaped hole in this time. Yes,
right?
But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's just me being fanboying, if you will.
So I'll be real, that kind of does shift my personal, like the thing that he said that really does move my needle is that the room for growth. I really like that idea.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can go A.
Yeah.
I had her kind of lower in B.
I had her in B as well.
But I think there's an argument to be made. She's kind of right next to Kylo with the possibility
that she goes evil,
that she goes A. Hey, who knows? S, I'll leave it open, but possibility for A with more growth.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. I didn't know where I knew he was going to play the Hati angle. I just expected that one. But it's really interesting that she's kind of, I like that connection. The end of Attack of the Clones. Great stuff. Great stuff. Yeah. Okay. She's good. She's a great character. I like what you said, that kind of Mara Jade shaped hole.
Yes.
Maybe she's kind of got that like proto Abeloth look too. Maybe
exactly.
There.
I don't want that. I don't want her to be a vessel. Yeah. That's what I'm afraid of.
Cool.
So I'm up.
Yes. Thanks, Ashton. Ashton Sharrett.
Yes. Thank you.
Check him out. YouTube. He's also got a new podcast, Space Opera Music Podcast, or SOMP. Great stuff. Just go check out Ashton Sharrett. And thanks for the assist.
He's a simple man trying to make his way in the universe.
Mr. Jango Fett.
Mr. Jango Fett. All right. So this one was tough for me because like, what are you doing? You're rolling him away. I get this one. It's like you're the Pope. It's like this is tough for me because like he's not exactly evil. He's just a guy trying to make his way in the universe, and he's really good at what he does, which unfortunately is capturing people for money or killing them for money. Mm-hmm. So with that, I have him in the B tier, and I have him about in the middle of the B tier.
I also have him in the B tier.
Yeah.
I have him about right here. I actually had him right after Kylo Ren.
Okay.
My reasoning was that he is a great antagonist, but also, I mean, what does this guy do? He sets the stage for for the entire Jedi Purge.
Yes, he does.
I mean,
there's a reason why the clones were so good at what they did.
Yeah. I mean, he is a key player in that. I can already tell this is getting crowded.
Yes, it is. I was wondering with how big the circles are. What was I going to say? That like, I mean, they should bring up more that he is a Jedi killer. They don't really talk about that.
I mean, he's got a presence too.
He does.
And I don't think he goes down quite as much like a chump like his son does.
I mean, how many characters can honestly say they fought Obi-Wan Kenobi and lived and like got all of his limbs as well?
Yeah. And Mace Windu,
I mean, he lost a limb with Mace Windu.
I'm saying,
lost
like,
an appendage,
not many people make it out alive by fighting Mace Windu is what I'm saying.
True.
So like you can't really fault Jango
Fett.
It's not like he got hit in the back with a
a stick.
Yeah, with a stick.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Awesome.
They both died by jetpack malfunction. I know. I mean, like, I
Kind
guess.
of.
I mean, Boba fell into the Sarlacc. It was because Jango got ran over by the Ronto. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know,
Yeah, his
but that
backpack's all
means he
sparking.
couldn't escape. But I mean, he died by getting decapitated.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he was trying. Like, you see his jets try to go off. Yeah, he's trying to get out of
You
there.
ever seen the extended cut of that?
Yes,
of
where he
him
like
dying?
chops like both his arms off, and then then takes his head.
Yeah, I really wish that wasn't cut out because it's pretty cool.
It's brutal.
It is brutal.
Yeah,
Maybe it's too much.
It is. That's why it got cut.
Guys, this is going to be
I don't even know who this is.
Reva,
Okay.
the third sister.
Yes.
This one was hard.
This one's tough because she hits one of my rules.
So, okay, I tried to be really honest about this one because she is no secret. She's one of my least favorite parts of the Kenobi show.
Yeah.
I think Moses Ingram does a great job with the character, especially on a rewatch. I think that her final episode performance is great. I just want to get that out there because I don't separate
Art
actress.
from the artist. Yeah.
It's too much of that going on. You know, don't need any of that. Just talking about the character of Reva. And I think a character like this is so necessary in Kenobi as an antagonist. And I like her as an antagonist. I like the antagonistic force behind her character. But so much of her character feels so forced. She's not evil, but she is. And when she is evil, it doesn't make sense, I don't think. And I really don't like her redemption. Like, I don't like it so much. And I don't like it for another character that'll be on this list. I liked the redemption a little more on a rewatch. I think it's a little bit easier to swallow. I guess, okay, I don't mind her. I just wish she would have died at the end because I think it leaves too many issues with her, but that's a whole other story.
She knows too much about Luke. She knows too much about Kenobi. She knows too much about Vader. She knows everything.
But I think
it's weird.
This character, it's hard because I think she takes too much away from what's good about Kenobi. Like, if you would take her role and reduce it by like a quarter, I think the Kenobi show is a lot better. Even though I love Kenobi, you guys know I'm wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
I think she definitely hurts it. And because like your villain should not hurt the show. Now Vader is the main villain, but no doubt Reva is the main villain for a few episodes. Yeah. Like the first episode
she's
for sure.
An antagonist for good chunks
she's
of it
a good
as well.
Secondary antagonist and a primary for a few episodes. And because she actively takes away from some of the episodes, I think she's either got to go very low C or top of D.
Gotcha.
Where do you got her?
I have her in the C tier.
Okay.
And this is like what hurts her is that face turn. You're going to see that as a trend with a lot of characters.
Is she above Gar or below Gar?
She has more characterization than Gar, so she has to go above Gar.
Is it better characterization though? Just because she has more characterization.
He sucks though. I was going to say like he's got nothing. So yes, that I think that she has better characterization than Gar Saxon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'll take it.
Okay.
Because I think that there are moments, she has moments. Like, I think that the scene where she like lops off that guy's hand, that woman's hand, like evil for the sake of it, right? Yeah. Like she has moments.
Being intimidating and all that. Yes.
Yeah, has moments. Mm-hmm. Then there are other moments where it just falls so flat, like when she's interrogating Leia. Yeah. Oh, I hate that whole scene. Yeah. And it takes away.
Trying to convince her that like, he's dead. All you got's me now. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah. 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 Can you push it to me like I'm a Jedi? Yeah. What? Ooh. Darth Plagueis the Wise.
The only character in here that is arguably still a Legends character, but he is mentioned.
He's mentioned, so that's why he is on the list.
Now, I am considering the Plagueis book as of now
still canon.
That's part of how I'm ranking this character.
I guess we'll know more in a week.
Maybe.
Yeah. But so I put this character high because he's the one that gets everything in Star Wars rolling. All of it. Mm-hmm. He's responsible for everything. So he gets Palpatine in the place he needs to be. He kind of, for lack of a better term, births Anakin. Yeah. So I do have him very high. But although I think it's time to call in some help as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe someone who's got some access to some archives. A
Yes,
holocron, if you will.
exactly. Some ancient technology.
Greetings, Exalted Ones. I am Retney, Keeper of the Holocron and Defender of Qui-Gon Jinn. Today, I'm going to tell you why the Sith Lord Darth Plagueis the Wise is an S-tier villain in Star Wars. Not only one of the most powerful Sith Lords of all time, Plagueis was a genius, viewing the dark side through a scientific lens and believing that the midichlorians were the key to immortality. Since there's pretty much no information on Plagueis in the canon holocrons, of course we have to look at the Legends Darth Plagueis book, which, in my opinion, is the best Star Wars book of all time. Especially because of who Plagueis is as a character. As the master of Darth Sidious, Plagueis ushered in the final era of the Sith Grand Plan. Sidious learned everything from Plagueis, so without Plagueis' genius, Sidious wouldn't be the Sith Lord that he was. Not to mention, Plagueis was literally able to resurrect dead beings by manipulating their midichlorians, which is an insane force power to have. Also, he was incredibly intelligent and cunning. He was able to manipulate people to do what he wanted, and he was always 2 steps ahead of everyone else around him. The politics in the Darth Plagueis book are actually pretty complex and hard to understand, but I do know that Plagueis was winning in all of the situations he found himself in, and that's really the most important part. Based on all of those details and just how cool and powerful he is, I'm going to say that Plagueis is an S-tier villain in Star Wars, right up there with the greats. I hope you are receiving this transmission, and may the Force be with you.
And may the Force be with you too, Redney.
Yes. 2 things. All right. 2 things. Okay. All right. You want to talk about like weird villains? Qui-Gon. Look at that. If he would have just butted out, if he would have not have cheated at dice and just left Anakin on Tatooine, would have saved a lot of problems.
Or maybe Palpatine would have came and kidnapped him instead.
Doubtful. Bet he wouldn't have even figured out he was even there. Doubtful. We read the book. You knocked that off, and then also that was kind of cool because like it was like he made like okay. His videos are fun, but that was like a personal video for us. So that was kind of cool. Anyway. Yeah, I know they're all like personal videos to us, but like that like felt like one of his videos. Yeah. Like I could put pictures to that, what he's talking about. But I'm gonna go I also put Plagueis in S tier as well. Because yes, he's one of the few characters, because like you said, like F tier, I take S tier extremely seriously. And the whole fact is that it is his commitment to the plan, his commitment to bringing the like his commitment to the dark side with, like, as I said, all the things that come with being a dark wizard. I mean, the willingness to do anything. Like, also, he's got a high kill count. He kills lots and lots of people. So, I mean, he ticks too many of the boxes in my criteria. And also, I mean, like, he is the reason why Palpatine is the way he is as well. I mean, it, like, with him dying just ushers in, you know, something even worse for the galaxy. Let's be honest. Mm-hmm. That Plagueis' plan would have actually been better for the galaxy, I think, because they would have been doing it together, and he would have been rather like, you know, that more like how Palpatine tells Anakin that, you know, there will be peace under the Sith. That's not true at all. That I think that originally was the plan. But yeah, what do you got?
First off, Retney, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Love the dig at you.
Everybody's got to dig me, whatever. It's fine.
What I like that you said is that every situation Plagueis found himself in, that he came out on top.
Except the when he died.
Except for the when he died part. But I mean, so Palpatine is the same way.
Yeah.
Right. I personally had him at tippy top of A.
Interesting. Okay.
Only because I think that I said this while we read the book, because I also, like Retney, it's my favorite Star Wars book. I've not read many Star Wars books yet.
Yeah.
Like I'm I know I've been saying this for months now because I've just been taking forever to read it. Like Heir, I'm like this close to finishing Heir to the Empire. I'm like got like 2 chapters left. I think Plagueis is even better than that.
Yeah.
And I really like Heir to the Empire. But the thing for me that holds Plagueis back just a little bit is I don't think he's like super evil. Like I think he's definitely an antagonist, but I think that he actually thinks that what he's doing
is the best for the galaxy.
The best plan. And so it's like, now he's a psychopath, like any collateral damage that comes in his way.
Yeah.
So be it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that he is evil. I don't think that he's doing things at the service of, like, I don't know. That could be a complete misread.
Yeah.
But that's just my vibe of him.
He's literally like manipulating metachlorians to keep things alive.
I know. It's like, but what I'm saying is like his motivation.
The reason why he's doing that, yeah.
Like, because if you take him versus like a Palpatine is all about selfishness. And like, I think my personal view, evil, like the root of evil is selfishness.
Yeah, it's true.
At its core. Now the dark side is all about selfishness.
It's true.
But Plagueis all throughout his book, while he is a servant of the dark side and all this, it's like his view of the dark side it was almost as this entity, you know, and it wasn't about...
He's trying his best to lasso that tornado, basically.
Yeah, and it wasn't so much about serving himself. It was, but it was also about serving the galaxy to the point where his ultimate flaw is that he trusted someone too much.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's why I have him tippy top of A, but I definitely could see an argument for bottom of S.
Gotcha. I have him at the bottom of S.
I'll put him bottom of S.
Okay.
Retney, Seth, you've convinced me. Bottom of S.
Our first S tier.
Look at
Darth Plagueis. Darth Plagueis.
The why? Oh, you flatter me,
You flatter me, my friend.
It's so good. It's like he's back, baby.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum. Hey.
Oh, I was gonna do his other one. Bum 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 bum. Hey, Ashton. What's a better theme?
What's a better theme?
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, the one on the Cloud City music or the or I don't actually
check.
What? Oh,
That's a double check.
I know where I got him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Where do you got him?
Gonna ruffle maybe a few feathers here.
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna put him here and then explain. Oh wait, no, that's not right.
Jeez.
I looked at the wrong thing. No,
Jeez.
I've got him like here.
Interesting.
Because as a villain, first of all, he's not that evil. He's kind of like a Gar Saxon in that he does what he's got to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, he might do some bad stuff in service of that.
Yeah.
But he's got a code. So like we have to take all of canon into account. He becomes a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
But he's also, I don't think he has a face turn necessarily. He's just always been that guy. He's just been a little bit more bad in the past.
Yeah.
But he also, in the original trilogy, he does basically nothing. Like, yes, he does. In Empire Strikes Back, he's a good antagonist because, I mean, he takes Han Solo. He takes him to Jabba the Hutt. But then he famously does nothing in Return of the Jedi. Yeah. And then Book of Boba Fett
kind of does everything.
Kind of does nothing again. So he has like 2 good moments in canon and a couple cool cameos. Like, I think he has his moment in Mandalorian and Empire Strikes Back. He's cool.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I think he's kind of mid.
Interesting. Wild. I have him tucked up next to his dad because he's a clone of his dad. At the end of the day, he's still his dad.
Yeah, but he doesn't have nearly the feats of his dad.
We don't know that.
Okay, but you got to judge what we see, though.
It's true. But I was going to say, I mean, like, interesting. Wow.
Make an argument for me.
I mean, again, I'm just going off the fact that, I will admit, face turn, that does hurt it. But I at least had him in B. You have Jango higher than what I had Jango. I had Boba Fett and Jango Fett in lower B tier.
Okay.
So yeah, but again, high kill count, willing to do anything to get his man.
Does he have a high kill count?
He was the deadliest bounty hunter in the galaxy.
Yeah, okay. So we're just going off of word of mouth.
I mean, there's a reason for that.
Okay.
I mean, there's a reason why Darth Vader hangs out with him.
Yeah, okay. Fine.
There's a reason why he caught Han Solo. Yeah.
Fine. Okay, where's he going, though? Who you putting him next to?
He can't be
up by Jango. I'll say that.
Fine, whatever. Put him between Pong Krell and Savage Opress.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Because I'll give you that. He's not inherently evil. My father Jango.
I just think that he's...
We just don't know enough about him.
Hyped up, and he doesn't do anything. Like,
but what about you didn't even bring up Rule of Cool. Look at him.
He is.
He's the first.
That's why he was at C tier, not D tier.
He's the Yoda. Wow. mean, he's the OG cool.
Yeah, no,
Let's
that's
be
true.
honest.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, is it my, no? Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you. Makes me feel cool. Oh man, it's our boy. It's the Grand Inquisitor.
Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah. I hate this guy so much.
I know you do,
but I can't let that affect anything. So I like, let's just, the less we talk about this guy, the better.
Okay.
So I have him at the very, very bottom of B tier.
Really? Okay.
I do. Yeah. Because I think he's slightly better than all of his little cronies because I mean, he turned his back on everybody. We know that this guy was a,
Temple Guard.
yeah, Temple Guard. So he turned his back on the Jedi. He had to have during all of Order 66 and all of that. And, he's willing to do anything to keep himself alive. And again, at the end, he's even more scared of the bad guys. He's willing to kill himself for his cause, basically, that not get taken in by Kanan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then what's he do in death? Fights Luke Skywalker. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm at the very, very, very bottom of B tier.
Wow.
Because I think he's slightly better than his cronies. Why? Where do you got him?
I've got him in S tier.
Don't lie to me.
No,
Don't even lie to me.
I like
I'm
the
being
Grand
generous.
Inquisitor. I like the Grand Inquisitor.
I like the concept of him.
I'm not a huge fan of the Inquisitorius.
Yeah.
But I think in Rebels, he's a great antagonist. He is evil. I don't love him in Kenobi. I think he's great in Tales of the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, he's got a great end to his story.
Yeah.
And then he gets to continue being like a weird Sith apparition. Right?
Yeah.
The biggest points that I'm giving to him, he stays evil. Like,
The whole time.
Look at all of these characters so far.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's not fair because there's like a lot of people who are like D-listers on here, but
Yeah.
a lot of the big characters don't stay evil.
They
and
flip.
like there's so many.
Yeah.
He stays evil the whole time. And I
Yeah.
think that deserves some points in the villain tier list.
Yeah.
I got him like here. Above Dedra. Because I mean, he does,
Okay.
come on, he does like some cool, like
Kinda. He's mostly just a boogeyman. Like, that's it. I'm coming to get you.
but
My
his,
lightsaber spinning.
yeah, his
You better
cronies are like that. But I
you
think
better
he
stay
actually
away.
does some good, like, he has some good moments though. Like, some
Okay.
good villain moments. And also
Fine.
real cool. He looks cool.
Allegedly. Got him.
Cool with Dedra,
Got him.
above Dedra.
Sure, that's fine. That's fine.
Man, this is gonna get real crowded.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe you decided to turn the board this way.
What difference does it make? You don't get more room if we go on
If
that
we
side.
kept going longer, then
I
like
guess.
they could all stretch out and make your yeah. It's fine.
Lightning round, thank
Yeah.
goodness. Cyril Karn. Guy from Andor. I don't even remember where I have this guy. Hold on.
Is he the one that's following Andor all the time? That
Yeah.
like he's like obsessed, and then she's
I
like,
got him here. And the reason why is just because he doesn't do a whole lot.
yeah,
Now, that's with the possibility that he can climb.
yeah,
But he's not the biggest thing he does in season 1, other than fail in the beginning, is that he does get everybody to Ferrix at the very end
yeah,
because he gets the leak about, the funeral.
Yeah.
So there you go.
sure, whatever. I think that's generous, but sure.
He's not that. I mean, I think he's an interesting
that's
character.
the whole thing is
He's
that
just
he
not an
wants to
interesting
do.
villain.
He wants to do things like to get back into his
Yeah.
placement. Yeah, it's not really because he's evil. Another lightning round. Tobias Beckett. D. Because he doesn't do anything.
I have him a D right next to Dryden.
Yep,
Voss.
there you go.
I think
Sorry.
he's slightly better than Dryden, just because, there's a little twist with him, and that's fun.
Yeah,
And this is not a reflection on Solo, by the way. I
No.
like Solo.
yeah.
Man, these are so wide. B should have been wide.
Yep.
Gonna pause, redraw the board.
Yeah.
All right.
F's huge. Should have made it tiny.
Ooh,
Hmm.
Royce Hemlock.
Hmm.
I think that's his name. I'm not going to fact check that.
Yeah.
It's Dr. Hemlock from the Bad Batch.
Yes.
This guy, I think, is great.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go right out and say it. I think he's our first A tier. I think he earned his spot as one of the all-time Imperial characters.
Yeah.
I think that he's evil. He kidnaps a bunch of kids, puts them in cages, just because, not just to kidnap them,
And he's
just
stealing
because
their blood.
because they're easier to deal with than adults.
It's true.
Like, that's wicked.
He wants their magic blood.
And then
That's
he
the
also,
other thing.
And he also is, he does all these crazy experiments on people, all living things.
Yes,
right?
I was going to say.
And he's also a great antagonist. He's foiling the batch at every point.
Yes.
Right? Like this guy.
And Palpatine clearly trusts him with something very special with Project Necromancer. I mean, what was the point of that? What was he heading up?
Mm-hmm.
Literally keeping the living.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah. Sure, I'm fine with that. I don't have very many in A tier. I did not have him in A tier. It's okay though.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to say about him?
I mean, I just kind of like, he's great. But at the same, my whole thing is he doesn't get a lot done himself. That's what I think hurts him. Is that
Neither does like Palpatine or like some other of those characters. They're like, he guides it.
Yeah. But I mean,
like it's his ideas, right?
It is, yes. But then like the one time he decides to do something himself, he can't get the job done. He just gets shot and then that's it.
Yeah, but that's like him at the end of his line, the end of the rope.
I know.
I think he's great.
A tier's fine.
I think he's great.
Bottom of A tier.
Yeah, I have him at the bottom of A tier.
Okay.
I think he's great.
All right.
Okay, we took a minute. We redrew the lines. There we go. So like we're back a bit, like 2 seconds for you, but that was like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's go.
Right, okay. All right. So, all right. I don't know who this is. I need a Hail Mary.
That's Bode Akuna.
Sure.
Greetings, exalted ones. I am Grayson of MORTISFM and a friend of your show. I come before you today to humbly request that Bode Akuna from Jedi Survivor should be placed in low A tier. While I have heard that some saw his betrayal as predictable, I did not, and his turn took me completely by surprise. His connection to Cal as an older brother figure, and then his betrayal, and then reveal as a Jedi and why he did betray our protagonist in the first place is so well done narratively. As the player, as I'm sure you were, I was deeply upset by Bode's actions. But the revelation of why he was doing this made me feel for him. The loss of the mother of his child, and then the subsequent obsession of protecting his daughter. Ultimately, his obsession did get the better of him, as is the nature of love, revenge, and even the dark side. When Cal has to put him down in the end, I was heartbroken that Bode's obsession ultimately got the better of him. And in turn, it pushes Cal ever closer to the darkness, which made me love Cal's characterization even more. Bode's decisions and opposition make Cal's future in the light more uncertain than ever. Bode is a fantastic character and surprise villain for the Jedi series, and I think we've never seen a villain quite like him in the Star Wars galaxy. I hope you take my request into consideration. May the Force be with you, always.
Well, how about that?
He is no Jedi.
What a pitch.
Yeah.
Did he convince you?
I have nothing. I don't know anything about this guy.
Okay.
So it's you and him.
So Bode,
he's your co-host right now.
Bode is from Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. And I'm with Grayson in that, I will disagree with Grayson in that his turn for me, so he betrays Cal Kestis.
Oh.
He's like
a turn for the worst.
So to give you a little rundown on what happens. So basically Bode is like, he's like a scrappy gunslinger who's with Cal. He has like a little band of ne'er-do-wells who help, like he's like a little rebel cell. Cal Kestis.
Like Robin Hood?
Kinda. Yeah. He's like got this little thing where they go out and they run missions together. And the first mission, like everybody dies, but like him and Bode. It's really sad. Well, him and Bode become like really good friends. And as the massive spoilers for Jedi Survivor, a little late, but as the game goes on, I was like, this guy's going to betray you. Like, it is so clear. This guy is going to just turn on you at some point. Like they're making it so obvious.
Yeah.
But then they hit you with the double twist, the old 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
So then he does betray you. So like the game does this really cool thing where there's Dagan Gera, who you think is the main villain. He's in here. Okay. And you get this whole thing, this like fine, it's like you're like pushing this weird tower in the sky thing. It's like floating and you beat him. And then it feels like the end of the game, but not. It's like, it's so weird. Like there's no closure. And then you go back to home base and then he betrays you. He kills your one of the Jedi Masters there. And like that feels like that's it. Or that feels like this whole new act is starting and you chase him down. He's like, Bode, I can't believe this. And there's this big battle that starts and you're just about to cut him down. And then he force pushes you and whips out that Jedi that you beat, his lightsaber. And you're like, oh my gosh, he's a Jedi too.
He's been a Jedi in hiding the entire time.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
So like the game hits you with this like, he's not going to betray you. No. Wink, wink. But that's not the twist. The twist is that he's a Jedi.
Gotcha.
And I was mind blown because I thought like, I'm smarter than you, game. I know that this guy's going to turn on me.
Yeah.
But that blew my mind. And then his story going forward, because he's the main villain for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Holy crap. It's so good.
Okay.
I completely agree with Grayson. I think A tier.
Sure. I guess. I've not played the game.
I think he's above Hemlock. But I tried, like, the reason I went that deep on it is just to give you enough information.
Okay.
What do you think?
He looks like Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
You don't think so? That's all I got.
It's also Admiral Rampart, same actor.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But I think another guy that stays evil.
Gotcha.
Really
Whole time.
good character.
Yeah.
Really,
seems
really
like he's
good
got
character.
good reason to be evil too.
Yeah. Well, he's interesting because he wants to protect his daughter because he has a daughter, and he actually abandons his mission with the ISB for a little bit to be best friends with Cal because they find this planet, this hidden planet, Tanalore. But then Cal's like, we're going to use this for the hidden path, and then that's when he decides, like, no, I'm going to complete my mission because you're just going to give this whole hidden planet up. This could have been it. This could have been where I could have gone with my daughter and never had to worry about the Empire again. Yeah. But you're just going to give it up. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. That was long-winded. I know, but it was important context. Ooh, gosh. Crosshair.
Ooh.
Imperial Crosshair.
We got a lot of, we had plenty to talk about with, like, we talked about him plenty for several weeks.
This guy's hard because he's a villain for 2 of the 3 seasons.
Yes.
Of Bad Batch.
And is he completely a villain?
This one is why it's...
I feel like he's like Kylo Ren, where he's struggling.
This is the other guy I was mentioning, so I was alluding to. This one's hard for me because as a character, I'm tempted to put him in S. Like, to be real with you, like
he's a great character. He's awesome. Is he a good villain?
But as a villain, I think in season 1,
I think it's pretty watered down.
Excellent antagonist in season 1. Yeah, I think he's a watered down villain.
Yes, because he is struggling to be a villain the whole time.
Doesn't make him a watered down villain.
Well, that's why why isn't Kylo in S?
Because he has a weak turn. This guy has a great turn
to being evil.
No, he's a great turn to back to being good.
Yeah, but we're talking about being evil.
I know, but I'm saying but in forms on the character. That's why these are a little hard. But he is an excellent antagonist. Season 1. I think that he's not really an antagonist for season 2 to the Bad Batch. They're kind of separate the whole time.
Yes, they are separate.
So I will leave this one open to you because I think that this one's hard for me because I want to put him in A, but I feel like as a villain, it's hard.
No, he does not belong in A. I guess we could split the difference.
Where did you have him?
I had him in C because he has because he's got a turn. Anyone with a turn, they started in C. Just so you know, but their deeds move them up and down. Yes,
he did some bad stuff.
Again, I'll give you B. I'm not going to give you A though.
Okay, fine.
Oh, sir.
Well, where does he go?
Down by Boba Fett, and he's not that bad.
He's pretty bad season 1.
Yeah. Again,
and he's pretty bad season 2.
He executes the ends.
Yeah.
But then it's like he loves his brothers and he loves his sister and yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Fine.
Okay. All right.
That's hard.
Okay.
That's so hard. Dagan Guerra, you pulled the back-to-back.
I don't know who this guy is.
This guy, I think, is fine. He's fine. He's like
a fake guy, though, right?
No, what do you mean?
He's like a fake bad guy, right?
No.
That because the other guy's the actual bad guy.
He's still a bad guy, though. He's
but I mean, he's like a red herring. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, kind of. He's still. I mean,
kind of like how Dryden Voss and Kira.
Yeah, but he's still the bad guy for half the game. Okay. Over half the game.
Then he dies, right?
Yeah, you kill him.
Gotcha.
But he's cool. He gives you some High Republic stuff.
I noticed that outfit.
Yeah, and he's got one arm, and he does this really sick thing where he uses the Force to create a Force arm at one point.
Okay.
He does some cool stuff. I just think that he lacks some depth. If you really do the side quests and stuff, you learn a lot more about him.
Yeah.
He is interesting. I just think that he's top of C.
Okay.
Oh wow, we're hitting the goats.
Oh, okay.
Count Dooku.
Just as Count Dooku predicted.
This guy, I've gotten a lot of love for this guy over the years.
Yeah.
He's got rule of cool. I mean, this is Christopher Lee we're talking about.
It's true. That is Saruman.
He's great.
It's Dracula.
With Tales of the Jedi, I think he has an awesome fall to the dark side.
And
Another guy.
Stace.
Yes. I think that he does some pretty bad stuff. He's a great antagonist. He's an excellent foil to our heroes.
Yes.
I think he goes pretty much tippy top of A.
I have him in my A tier.
The only thing that keeps him from S tier, because I considered it, is that I don't think he's that evil. Like he's evil, but he's another
committed.
means to an ends guy.
Yes, exactly. And like he is willing to be the figurehead of everything that the CIS is doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
I'm okay with that.
Character? Like,
yeah.
Excellent character. Love him as a character.
Yes, I'm okay with that. S tier character.
Yeah.
A tier villain. Shut up. Be nice to me.
Hey, I see that one.
Hey, Saj.
Saj Ventress.
Yeah. So this one is tough for me because again, this is yet another character that turns,
another one. Yes.
and that she does some bad stuff. She's, but I mean, she's also being manipulated the whole time by Count Dooku and stuff like that, and then she's manipulated by Mother Talzin too. So I feel like now finally she's being her own person, and she's chosen to be a good guy in where we're at in the canon with her. So I have her in C tier. So
really,
I think I need to just double check. I might have her in B. Yeah, I have her in C because again, she's just being manipulated the whole time. She's not really.
I think later she is, but at first she's definitely like she wants to be a Sith. And
yeah, but I mean, they don't even give her that.
No, but
yeah.
she's still doing some bad stuff. Like,
yeah.
I mean, in Dark Disciple, we learned that she's cutting down unarmed Jedi Masters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she does some pretty wicked stuff in the Clone Wars. She, I mean, cuts down like that one part where she kills, what's that clone commander's name? She kills that clone and kisses him.
Yeah.
That episode got banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets manipulated, but you could argue that about Anakin, and you could argue that about
I know, but their deeds change stuff. That's the only thing you could argue that about.
She's got some bad deeds.
She does, but are they bad enough that they rival what the Chosen One did?
No, I'm just saying.
Exactly.
But I think they're B tier bad deeds.
Fine, then put her in the bottom of the B tier.
I think I got her here. I have her right below Jango Fett and above the Grand Inquisitor.
Wow, you have her.
Okay, but look at these characters.
You have her near Kylo Ren.
I mean, below these guys, like, I mean, really look at these people and tell me is she more evil than Savage Opress? Definitely. She does way more evil things than him. She is his master.
Yeah, I was going to say, doesn't she manipulate Savage Opress
exactly,
at one point?
So there you go.
Exactly.
She becomes the master.
Gotcha.
She's definitely more evil than Boba Fett.
Yeah.
She's definitely more evil than Crosshair.
Yeah.
I would say she's definitely more evil than Pon Krell.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an argument to be made.
Yeah.
For Grand Inquisitor.
I put her below the Inquisitor.
Yeah, I do too. I'd put her right here below Jango Fett.
No, I said below the Inquisitor.
Oh, below?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll put her here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna.
All right.
People are gonna see that and be like, "What?"
Yeah. Watch the video.
People are gonna be like, "Why do you set all these rules?"
Yeah.
Go with the heart.
I'm shooting from the hip, man.
Admiral Rampart.
Also from the Clone Wars.
Yeah, this one's another like,
or not the Clone Wars, from the Bad Batch.
This is another like. I think he's really
he's means to the end. He's Imperial. He's looking out for number one. That's it.
But he's still evil. I mean, he blows up all of Camino.
He does. He blows up a city.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's like, but he's a great foil. Again, a great foil to the Batch.
Until he gets screwed.
I think he's like here. Because I think he's pretty good in.
He's generous.
I think he's good in season 1, especially. Because
yeah.
I think you can really only judge season 1 because he's not really a character for the rest of it. Well, I guess
kind of a farce in the third one.
He's
in it being goofy.
He's in it briefly for seasons 2 and 3. But like he's really just a villain in season 1.
Yeah.
And I think he's a pretty good villain. I mean, he's not great. He's not He's not Hemlock or anything, but I think
No.
he does a perfectly serviceable job. I would.
Okay.
I mean, I'm guessing you have him in C.
I do have him in C.
Where do you have him in C?
In the middle. Because he's just a guy. He's just
I
a
put
typical
him-
Imperial.
Okay, I'll put him here. How's
Okay,
that?
fine. I'm happy with that.
I think he's cool. I think he's good though.
I'm not saying that he's not bad. I'm just saying that like he's just. We're talking about how evil people are. Are they being villains?
Like Captain Phasma.
Oh no. Oh me, oh my, Captain Phasma. We're gonna lightning round this because I'm sorry, she just doesn't do much of anything. Talk about flash and no substance. Even in the Phasma book, it's not that bad. I've got her near I can't think of his name.
Dried Voss.
No, Tobias Beckett.
Okay.
I think that she's better than them. But yeah.
I got her. Boom.
Okay, all the way at the bottom
The
of D
only
tier.
reason she's not in F tier is because she looks cool.
Wow. Okay.
And because I think Gwendolyn Christie has like puts on a nice performance.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's Boba Fett with
But
like
worse.
But worse. I
Yeah.
mean, so much worse.
Yeah.
They do it twice.
And the story too with it, where it's just like JJ just thought it looked cool and then made a character.
Like
about
it's
it,
fine
yeah.
in Force Awakens, but then they tried to do it twice. And it's like bad character, bad
Yeah,
villain.
I
Don't
gotcha.
like her.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. Balin Skull.
Oh, okay.
Another heater here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not much needs to be said here. I think he's great.
Yeah.
This is another one that we'll see how it goes. I
Yeah.
think I'll be bold. I think this one could be an S tier, but for me, he sits happily next to Count Dooku.
What? Konnor.
What for you? What?
Wow. Okay, well, let's look at Seth's list for a minute. Oh my gosh.
What? No way.
Well, I'll give you that he is a dark wizard. Okay.
Yours are
With the
so
Sith-
specific.
Oh, wow,
though.
but guess what? What are they specific to? Oh, they're specific to Star Wars. They're bad things that happen in Star
but
Wars.
not everybody's
The
a
thing's
dark wizard.
No, but he happens to be one, so I'll give you that. Okay, but means to an end, to his cause, I'll give you that one too. But does he commit genocide?
Why is that automatically like you're only that?
Because the Imperials.
But just okay, that's evil. But just
Empire.
because, just
Tarkin. I can keep going, baby. Critic.
Okay.
I mean, like it's the Imperial way.
But
It's
just because you don't commit genocide doesn't mean you're
Hold
not
on.
a bad
Hold on.
villain.
Hold on. High death count? I'll give him that. He's probably got a high death count. Kidnapped children. Not that I know of. Enslavement.
Dude, those are so
Not that I know of.
specific.
But they're in Star Wars.
Yeah, but that's like, okay, this guy can only be good if he does these specific things.
Well, then give me something that he did to counteract that.
He's an excellent antagonist, which at the end of the day is all a villain needs to do.
Ah, I see.
That's it.
I see. He's
All
a
a
good
villain-
foil for Ahsoka.
Yes, he's a perfect foil. He
to
is a
Ahsoka Tano.
He is a perfect foil for the titular character of Ahsoka Tano, which
I
at
see.
the end of the day, narratively, is all you need in a villain.
Ah, I see.
And he's also on top of that, rule of cool. He is pretty evil. I mean, he's seeking out like all the. I think
His
he's very
lightsaber's not
Count
even red,
Dooku.
Connor. Bad guys have red lightsabers.
Oh my god,
I have him B tier, just so you're aware.
bro!
For bro.
I think okay, but you're knocking him for things that like. How do they count against him? That'd be like okay. That'd be like
because
if-
he's not doing these
That
things.
would be like if we were doing a heroes tier list, and we were like, I was like, okay, Han Solo, C tier because he's not a Jedi. Like he can't be A tier because he's not a Jedi. And you were like, but that's so. Why do you have to be a Jedi to be an A tier? Like, and I'm like, because it's Star Wars.
But here's the thing, though. Just because you're Jedi doesn't make you a good guy.
I'm just saying it's
I
a
know
specific category.
it is.
You're saying like, okay, but you have to commit genocide or kidnap.
No,
children
I'm not
in
saying.
order to
I'm
be
just saying that
a bad villain.
this sways you. I started everybody at C, and it brings them up and down. Wow, what is wrong with that? Like, there's my barometer. Then I
think
start everybody.
The most important category is: are they a good antagonist? The other ones influence. I think the other ones sway.
You can put him at the bottom of A then, if it really. Wow.
Below Hemlock.
Well, you're the one that put Hemlock that high.
Brother.
I didn't have him that high.
But you agree. You agreed that Hemlock needs to be there, but Balin Skull is going to be below Hemlock.
We haven't even seen that much of Balin. Like, Balin's not being a foil to the Bad Batch. Hemlock was being like super scary and being 6 steps ahead. Balin's doing his own thing. He's doing his own thing, though. He doesn't even care about Thrawn that much. He's like, hey, I'm going to go out to the wilderness.
Who cares? He's a foil to Ahsoka. Who's the titular? Narratively, we are following Ahsoka Tano, and he is a foil to her. That's all that matters.
Gotcha.
He is a foil to the Bad Batch in his show.
Yeah.
I could go between them, I guess, but there ain't no way this guy's not an A tier. I just can't. My soul can't do it.
Gotcha. Is he better than Bode then?
I think he is.
Gotcha.
I think he is a Count Dooku.
You think he's just as good as Count Dooku?
No, I think he's below Count Dooku, but I think that he is like that type of character.
I see. I mean, I coined that when the show started.
I know, that's why I'm surprised you're arguing that.
Because he's a Count Dooku type character. Yeah. And Count Dooku's not completely evil.
Neither is he.
He's and this is a list about being bad.
But evil is not the only quantifier to be bad.
I know. I had my lists. All right.
So how? Okay, then explain me this. How is Count Dooku up here, but Baylan Skoll is not based on your list?
Count Dooku is a dark wizard and lives at the sins of that lifestyle. Count Dooku is a means to the end kind of guy. Count Dooku as being a figurehead of the CIS.
He's so you have to be a leader. You have to be a leader.
No, but that really slides the genocide.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And then Count Dooku has a high death count.
Fine. That's insane.
Fine.
That's insane. Is it my turn? Or your
I don't
turn?
know.
It's your turn.
Okay.
Take it.
Wow. I think I struck a nerve.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, is that the ninth sister?
Yeah, exactly.
It's another Inquisitor.
Yeah.
It's another just like probably above Cyril.
Why?
Or below, rather.
Why? She's better than Reva?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Only because like
I haven't played all that game.
Less characterization than Reva, but I think that she does less to she takes away from her property that she's in.
Yeah.
At most, she's just there. Like, she's fine. She's cool. She's a nice boss fight. Okay. But you don't get much with her, though. Okay. So she's just kind of mid.
All right. Still fuming, huh?
Callus.
Ooh.
Another one that has a face turn.
I know. He's in the C tier.
I got him in C tier, too.
Exactly.
He's fine. Like, I'd put him probably, like, here. He's kind of free-floating.
Yeah.
I think he's cool. He's good in season 1. I think he's good in season 2. But then he turns and he turns
into a good guy.
Yeah.
Then he becomes a good friend.
Yep.
Lightning round. The Knights of Ren. Wow. Talk about. Oh my gosh. I hate you so much. I like them. D because they look cool.
D because
they look cool. That is it. I mean, gosh, they do nothing.
They do nothing.
They capture Chewbacca.
That's it.
Neat.
But then it turns out he's fine.
And then they all die from their buddy. Who they thought their best boy was.
Cad Bane.
Oh.
The man, the myth, the legend, the bounty hunter himself.
Oh. The bounty hunter?
The bounty. Yeah, I said it.
Wow.
I said it. The bounty hunter.
I think you need some help convincing me.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I'm calling a line right here.
Who we calling?
Will, Diamond Figs, help me out.
Hi there, I'm Will Diamond, aka Diamond Figs. Gee, isn't Boba Fett cool? A ruthless bounty hunter that doesn't take no for an answer and can go toe-to-toe with the worst of the worst in the galaxy. Oh, wait, that's not Boba Fett. That's Cad Bane. Yeah, I'm talking about this blue-skinned, badass space cowboy. This toothpick-chewing, wheeling-dealing son of a Bane is everything you love about your favorite Star Wars character rolled into one wearing a trench coat and rocket boots. Oh, you like Grand Admiral Thrawn? Cad Bane does blue skin and red eyes better. Oh, you want to be a Jedi? Cad Bane devoted his life to being able to defeat those flashlight swinging Merlin knockoffs, and did on multiple occasions. Oh, you like everyone's favorite character Two Tubes from Rogue One? Cad Bane did it first. When Darth Maul and Count Dooku couldn't handle their work, do you know who they called? Cad Bane. It took Palpatine literal years before he was able to infiltrate the Jedi Order. Cad Bane did did it in a 20-minute episode sandwiched between Burger King commercials on Cartoon Network. BK? More like KB. KB! This dude literally taught Boba Fett everything he knows and was ranked the #1 bounty hunter before his dad kicked the bucket. Oh, so you're saying that Jango Fett is better than Cad Bane? Well, I'm no betting man, but 1v1 my money's on the guy who still has his head. Look, Boba Fett is iconic. He's had some really great moments. But if you think for 1 second that this bozo is better than the galaxy's most ruthless, rootin' tootin' Derosian daddy, then you're snorting space lizards, my friend. How about this, Konnor and Seth? Why don't you guys take some time to tell me why Cad Bane isn't the most underrated and obvious S-tier villain in all of Star Wars? Time's up. Fun fact, did you know that Cad Bane's toothpick was originally going to be a cigarette, but George Lucas changed that to be a little bit more kid-friendly? Sounds to me like Daddy Caddy even does his part to stop lung cancer. Now, to get serious for a moment, one of the many reasons why Star Wars is so great is because of its mixture of things like samurai films and spaghetti westerns. And I truly believe that Cad Bane is the embodiment of that western classic side of Star Wars. Star Wars is so deeply rooted in the idea of the hero's journey, and no matter the situation, Cad Bane is always the perfect antagonist to that. So much so that you hate him so much that you are forced to love him. Konnor, Seth, thank you so much for letting me do this and be a part of this. If you are watching right now and currently aren't subbed to Beyond the Dune Sea, hit the subscribe button right now and like the video. Oh, bye-bye!
Why are you watching us?
Gosh,
at this point,
well, there you go. Apparently we don't need to be...
At this point, I mean, I don't even need to argue. 2 against 1, Seth. Moving on. It's your turn, I think.
You get him out of there. I'll give you that he's higher than the Feds. But he ain't no S tier. That's for sure.
He's A tier, absolutely. He's absolutely A tier.
Where's he going A tier?
I had him... Well, it's difficult with where you made me put Balin's skull.
Oh, no.
But I'd put him here now.
You put him higher than Balin? You
No.
put him higher than Bode? You put him higher than Rampart?
With Hemlock, yeah. I
Hemlock?
wouldn't normally put him higher than Balin, but you forced my hand.
Well, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you put him down?
Because, well, I guess I could with
Yeah,
how
exactly.
our list currently is, but there's just
Exactly.
space. You made me put him currently in the middle.
Exactly. Well, then, I don't know. Scoot him up closer to Dooku.
I think Cad Bane, I mean, I agree with everything Will said. It's so funny that he did this because that was the exact, we didn't, little peek behind the curtain, we didn't watch any of these before we did this.
No.
That is the exact argument I was going to make.
Yeah.
Cad Bane is everything Boba Fett tried to be, but better. He's awesome. He's everything Boba Fett wanted to be and Jango Fett rolled into one.
Whatever.
He's awesome.
He's
I know.
so stupid.
No, he's not.
He is. He's garbage.
Oh, what do you mean?
Because he's cool for the sake of being cool. Like, it's like he's got the Mandalorian rocket launcher, or he's got the rocket, he's got the wrist lock rocket. Okay. He just has a bunch of Mandalorian tech. He's got the Star-Lord boots. He's got the cowboy hat. Oh, I'm chewing the cool toothpick. Neato. They're like, whatever. But they made him to be cool.
But drawn from the Western vibes.
He wasn't the first
Star
person
Wars.
to do that, though. That's the whole thing. Like, he just looks like the one guy from the Old Republic.
So?
Yeah, that cowboy guy. That's
So?
all I ever think when I see him. Yeah.
Didn't this come out first, though?
I don't know. I don't have a clue.
That was a
I don't remember.
cinematic later.
Yeah, you sure?
I don't know. I'm not going to bet money on it. But
I don't know. I don't have a clue. I don't remember when
Dude,
Deceived.
what? Nah.
Cad Bane sucks, and you know that. That's just what I
No,
think.
he does not suck.
He does suck.
No.
He does.
I do not
I will
know
give you
that.
this. I will give you this. He is a very means to the end. He does kidnap children. That's why I would.
He sure freaking does.
He does.
It's on your list.
It is on my list. That's why I had him in the B tier above the Fets.
But he's not a dark wizard, so
He
he's
is
got to
not.
go down one.
Well, I
doesn't
mean,
he?
yeah, they all start in C tier, so he's
Oh
not
my-
going up. Yeah, because all the evil deeds that come with being a dark wizard.
He
Yes.
also, I mean, he's pretty bad. He does some
He
pretty
is. That's
bad.
why he's
like,
above the Fets. He's nasty. He's not a good person. He kidnaps kids.
But he goes toe-to-toe with Jedi. 2 Jedi at once, in
so
fact.
do the Fets.
Yeah, but you actually see him do that. He doesn't get knocked out.
Who doesn't get knocked out?
Cad Bane. He doesn't get knocked out by just getting hit in the
Because
back
the
with a
plot
stick.
needed him to. Like the.
You could say that about any of these characters.
Sure, I
it's
guess,
like, because
but-
the plot needed him
Well,
to. That's such
whatever.
a
I mean, Cad
cop-out.
Bane. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, does even like he beat Quinlan Voss in a fight
And Obi-Wan.
and Obi-Wan,
At the
but so
same
Jango
time.
Fett beat Obi-Wan as well.
Yeah, he took on 2 at the same time.
Neat.
Oh, that's it. Just neat. Just neat. Nah, he's A tier. Moving on. 2 against 1. Thanks, Will. Appreciate it.
Kira.
Okay.
Yeah. She's high C tier
Agreed.
because of the comics.
Agreed.
Yeah. I'm hoping for more out of her with that new game.
Agreed.
Yeah. I'm mad at you.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay.
Grandma Tarkin.
Yes.
Float him.
Really?
Right there.
No, I don't feel like that.
No, where'd you have him?
I would put him in the B tier.
B tier.
B tier.
B tier.
B tier.
He's not a dark wizard, Seth.
He is not a dark wizard, but you know what? He's a means to the end kind of guy. He is willing to do anything for his cause. He also hurt a lot of people. Like a lot.
Okay, we're gonna have to have a tiebreaker on this one.
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's hear from Matt from the Star Wars Time Show.
Oh.
Hey now, Beyond the Dune Sea, Matt here from the Star Wars Time Show. I hear you guys need some help ranking some Star Wars villains. Well, let me give you my expert advice. I've got one for you that exceeds the S tier. This dude may be Infinity tier, Galactic tier, Death Star tier, whatever you want to call it. No, it's not Sidious. No, it's not Vader. No, it's not Maul. And no, it's not Grievous and Dooku. Who could it be? I'm talking about Grand Moff Tarkin. That's right, people. Wilhuff Tarkin, one of the most badass, ruthless, callous Imperials to ever grace Star Wars. Why is he more deadly, more badass, more dangerous, more evil than Sidious and Vader? Well, let me recount the ways. Well, let's just start with, he blew up an entire planet. All right? Sidious and Vader don't have that kill count from a galactic civil war. This dude, Tarkin, decided, you know what? Just to show this princess a lesson, teach her a lesson, I'm going to nuke her homeworld. We're talking billions of innocent deaths, all at the hand of Tarkin. So yeah, your galactic civil war was nothing compared to what Tarkin did in terms of inflicting carnage upon the galaxy, Sidious. You barely have 1 billion kills confirmed. Not to mention this dude also, before we had episodes 5, 6, 1, 2, and 3, he seemed like Vader's real boss. I mean, Leia came in and said something about, oh, I should have expected Tarkin to be holding your leash and smelling foul stenches. So this guy, he was the big bad. He could put Vader in his place on that Death Star. So how can any other villain be ranked higher than Wilhuff Tarkin? See you, boys.
Wow, galactic tier. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? You look well rested, Matt. I'll give you that. You look good out there. Hope you're enjoying your time.
Seems high.
It's a little.
Do that.
It's a little up there.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a
Yeah.
little.
I had him in the really high B tier. Just so you're aware.
I was just joshing.
I hope so.
Pulling your leg with the C tier.
I hope so.
I had him also high B tier.
Yeah.
But Matt does make some great points.
He does.
I think that
Noticed your foul stench when I was brought on board.
the
Yeah.
random British accent.
Exactly.
I always forget about the line about how like he's holding Vader's leash.
Yes.
He does seem like Vader's boss the whole time.
I mean, he essentially is. Like on the Death Star, I think that he is the king.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's always just like, I think he's the Imperial.
Yeah.
Like he is the Imperial.
And I like that he ones up other people that are on this list.
Yeah.
Yeah. That he just comes in and fixes things.
I think that he's easily here. I mean, I think he has to top every Imperial on this list.
Yes.
And
He's
so
to be the
if
best.
Hemlock is there. I think he's
Yeah.
there. I think he's slightly better than Bode.
Okay.
Just because Bode is great. But I think Grand Moff Tarkin is he's a character that we see his face.
Yeah.
He does have that rule of cool just because he's got such distinctive features.
Yes.
That you're like, there's Tarkin.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, something foul is afoot.
It's
you
true.
know? So he goes in A tier.
Okay. Oh, it's the man.
It's the myth, the
It's
legend.
The legend. Darth Sidious himself.
Mm.
But you know, people probably already know what we think. Let's hear from someone new.
Yeah, a new
Yeah.
face.
Yes, a new face. That's so LYSSY.
That's so LYSSY.
Yes.
She just started a new show
She should.
on YouTube.
Yes, she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
also does a lot of stuff on Instagram.
Mhm.
But hey, enough about us. Let's hear
See what she has to
directly
say.
from That's So LYSSY.
Beyond the Dune Seas, Weeks ago you served me with a request begging me to help with your struggle of the rankings. I regret that I am presenting Darth Sidious, but I do believe that he's the greatest Sith, and his ranking should be S. I place the Emperor high in the rankings due to his long-term commitment to the dark side and his master plan that brings the Sith back to power. You must see the power that he has with his manipulation, especially in Anakin's most desperate hours. Help me, Konnor and Seth. You're my only hope.
Points for the for the characterization and the everything. Oh my goodness.
Who am I to argue?
Yeah, exactly.
Who are we to argue with that?
Yeah.
Was there ever any question?
No, I mean,
are we really going to argue about this one?
No, not at all. But I mean, that was fun. That was a fun presentation.
It was great.
Yes,
it was awesome. I mean, she's exactly right. I mean, he's a dark wizard.
He is.
I feel like you tailor-made your list for this guy.
I mean, again, he does a lot of those terrible things in Star Wars. I mean, I hate to say it, he just does.
He does.
So yeah,
he does.
And I mean, Plagueis made him the way he is.
Yeah.
So it's fitting that the bottom of S, top of S.
Yeah. I mean, what more is there to say? I mean, he is the villain. Like, he is arguably when it comes to being a villain and an antagonist and all of it, he hits all of my notes, all of your notes, and this beautiful symphony of villainy.
Yes. I think that he is up there with being one of the baddest villains in all of Western fiction.
Yes. I would argue all of fiction.
I would think that maybe Sauron and Morgoth might have him.
You don't consider that Western fiction?
No, as I said, in all of Western fiction. Yeah, that I would think that maybe they have him.
Okay.
But other than that, I feel like
argument to be made for them for sure.
Yes, exactly. So there you go.
No, there's not a lot to say.
Yeah.
I mean, LYSSY said it all. Right?
She did.
Yeah.
Yes. I was in simple, to the point, loved it.
Yeah.
Also, again, I like that she was on the Tantive 4. That was fun. Yes.
That was great.
Yes.
That was great.
Yeah.
When you need to make a good point, get on the Tantive 4.
It's true.
All right. It's getting lower and lower, this stack.
It is.
Oh, this has got to be a you thing. Gideon Hask.
Gideon Hask.
From Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2. I think that let's look really quick where I put him, because I do love Battlefront 2. Do I have him? Oh, wow. Dang. Bummer. I have him at the top of D. Yeah.
Top of D?
Yeah, because I mean, like,
really?
I just feel like that he's your typical Imperial. Like, he's just doing his thing. I don't think that he does anything too dastardly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about him. I do like the actor, though.
I do too. And I was going to say that, like, he's a good Star Wars Unlimited card.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah, he can give experience tokens out to people. So I always love that.
Nice.
Can make the little guys bigger. But yeah, that I put him at the bottom of C, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've played that game, but still, he didn't give me like a lasting impact that I was like, oh my gosh.
It's been a while since I played it too.
Yes.
I remember liking the character, but he's not like super evil.
I mean, he's just, typical Imperial guy. So yeah.
Ooh. Darth Maul.
Send something out in the desert. You're calling him Darth Maul. I would just call him Maul.
Whichever.
Yeah.
Whichever.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Hit me with your tier first.
My tier?
Yeah. What's your tier?
I have him at the very tippy top of A.
Tippy top of A.
Yeah.
Okay. That surprises me, actually.
I hate the character, but oh my gosh. Wow, he does some nasty stuff, especially to Kenobi. So yeah.
That surprises me.
Really nasty things.
I'm impressed that you didn't let your personal bias get in the way.
I feel like that I'm doing really well. I think that you're letting your personal bias hurt things.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
I am not. There's a lot of characters on here that I'm not a huge fan of.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple like down here, I guess. Like I don't really like Ochi, but I mean...
He's where he deserves to be.
My main thing is, are they a good antagonist? That's what I based all of my things on.
I gotcha.
And so with that, like, this may surprise you. It surprised me with my listing, where this guy landed on mine.
Yeah.
I really tried to think, like, where evil. This guy's pretty evil. He does some evil, horrible things.
Means to the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is a great antagonist.
He is.
He's a fine antagonist in The Phantom Menace. I think
that's unfortunately his weakest outing. is the Phantom Menace.
It is,
yeah,
but
it's all
he
that.
has a very important part to play in that movie.
Yeah.
But he is a great antagonist. All of Clone Wars, and then even in Rebels.
Yeah.
I think that there is a strong argument to be made for S tier. for Darth
Gotcha.
Maul. He's also one of like, if you just said Star Wars to someone and something like what would pop in your mind?
Darth
I think
Maul
there's a
could.
good chance that Darth Maul could
Yeah.
pop in your
He
mind.
does have a very iconic look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's Jeremy Bloor to tie it up.
All right.
Jeremy Bloor. Hey, Bloor on Mandalore. Man, we're getting all the heaters now. Like,
Yeah.
we're all at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
Let's see what our friend Jeremy has to say. Hit it.
Konnor and Seth, I hope you guys are doing well. Look, out of all of the villains in all of Star Wars, I have to say there's one that sits at the top of my list, and that's Darth Maul, baby. Hell yeah. He's S tier in my opinion. I think he's the best written character in all of Star Wars. Look, he's the classic tale of Sisyphus. Now, in Greek mythology, Sisyphus was the evil tyrant who was burdened to roll the boulder up the hill just for it to roll right back down. He even cheated death twice. Look, he's determined to win, but destined to fail. Now, if that beautiful explanation didn't win you over, I've got one last trick up my sleeves, okay? I got Darth Maul socks on. Hell yeah. Alright boys, I hope that changed your mind just a little bit. Much love from Australia, and I'll see you around.
I don't know what won me over more, the socks or the stash. It was like
Gotcha,
they were
yeah.
both like
He is a handsome fellow.
You got me with the Greek mythology stuff. I'm a sucker for Greek mythology.
Yeah.
Awesome parallel. I
Yeah.
love that. I didn't need much convincing for S tier, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think he's S. When you're putting him, look who's in S tier.
Oh, I know. In my
S tier.
personal list,
S tier.
I don't have that many people. I have 3 characters in S tier.
Yeah, me too.
And
Do you think that he convinced you enough that he needs to be up with those 3 characters?
I mean, he was already in my S tier.
Oh, interesting.
He was one of my 3 characters that was in S tier.
Interesting.
Because I think that he hits all of my marks where it's like, he's evil. He is a great antagonist. He also, I mean, he's rule of cool all the way.
Yeah.
I think he is a really well-written character too.
Yeah.
I think he's an interesting case of like, if you put him next to Palpatine, right? Obviously one is more evil,
Yeah.
but I think he's almost, I don't know that he's better written than Palpatine, but he has more characterization, if that makes sense. Like
Well-
Palpatine's more of a force of nature.
Yeah. The whole thing with Maul though is like he's like kind of tiptoeing that line where it's like, oh man, like it's like at what point does the true Sith start showing through where it's
Yeah.
like, no, I'm being a good guy. I'm trying to help you. I'll be your master. You can team up with me and we can stop
Yeah.
we could stop the revenge of the Sith.
And he's just so evil all the time. And I like that about Maul. Like he's just, you're never worried that Maul's going to have that moment where he's going to flip back to the light.
I mean, maybe in the moments that he's dying, maybe.
No, and he
I think
doesn't
it's
even
more-
turn. He
I
just
think he just accepts it. That it's like
Yeah.
my hate can't keep me alive anymore.
No, he's just like he's happy that there is someone who's going to kill the people that have hurt him.
Yeah.
That's why he asks about the chosen one.
Yeah.
So
I still think tippy top of A.
you think Tippy Top A above
Yeah.
Count Dooku?
Yes. That's where I have him on my
Okay.
list.
Okay. I would have put him personally above Plagueis,
Gotcha.
but I will concede. Sorry, Jeremy.
Sorry.
Sorry, Mr. Bloor.
Sorry.
He's going to unsubscribe because of that. You watch.
Sorry, BLOORE on Mandalore. Yeah.
All right, man. There's not many left. There's only a few.
Yeah.
There's like a couple big ones.
There's some
We've not-
bangers in there. Yeah.
Oh, and here's one of them right here.
Oh no. Oh no.
Boom, 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 boom. This is another one we got some outside help on. We're going to let
Sure.
him talk, and we're going to talk.
We're gonna listen.
Because this, I mean, everybody knows
Yeah.
this guy.
I like
Right.
that picture that you picked.
I know, right?
It's the Revenge of the Sith image. Yeah.
I like this one too.
Yeah.
But this is our good friend. We want to hear from our good friend, Tales from Tosche Station. Jacob, take it away.
Darth Vader, that guy right there, is the top of S tier. He is the Star Wars villain. He's the Star Wars villain that every other Star Wars villain should be measured up against because of his impact in pop culture, film culture, and his story in Star Wars. Going from Anakin in the prequels to a tortured soul of a man in the original trilogies, and just through a primal instinct of love for his son, turns back to the light. His story is one of that you're not too far gone, that you can always come back from things that you've done. And also, I think that most people, when they think of Star Wars, they think of Darth Vader. And that's why I think that Darth Vader is the S tier, very tippy top of S tier, because of his impact on pop culture and his story within Star Wars.
All terrific points. Tales from Tosche Station.
Quite high praise.
Quite high praise for a very, very strong candidate, very strong character.
Yes. I don't have him at the top of my S tier, but I do have him in S tier.
Where do you have him?
I have him under Palpatine.
I also have him just below Palpatine.
Yes. I mean, he is the most iconic, probably besides maybe the Joker. He's probably the most iconic villain in Western culture.
I think he's the most iconic film character of all time.
Yeah.
He's the most iconic film character of all time. He's I think you're right. There's only one other villain character who rivals him in terms of iconography, and that's the Joker.
Yeah.
I think that as a villain, I mean, he hits all my marks. I mean, rule of cool. There's no one who does it better.
Yeah.
Evil, he's done some pretty wicked stuff over his tenure, but it's also the reasons why he does the evil stuff that makes him so much.
That's
so
what's
good.
scary.
And his turn is the best version of it. And I think that makes his villain arc, if you will, even better.
I think it's interesting too to see, like, if you think of like Anakin Skywalker as like a piece of clay, like the Clone Wars cracking him, and you can see Vader is beneath him.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just really interesting when looking at Star Wars as a whole that you see. I mean, you see it in Ahsoka even. You see the lightning strike, and you can see that, like, you know, that like it is that dark side literally that's eating him alive.
I think Jacob's right. I think there's a great argument to be made that he's tippy top and he cannot be dethroned, because he is also right that this is the guy you compare everyone else to.
It's true. He was the first.
But there is a character in Star Wars who is more evil, more twisted than Darth Vader.
Well, there's one that, like, the love of his son saved him.
Yes.
No amount of love could save Palpatine.
Yep.
So, yeah.
But he is very much earned that. I mean, was there ever a question that those two would be right there?
Yeah.
You know?
It's true.
There's not many left.
It's true.
We're getting down to the brass tacks here.
Yeah, we are. Hux.
Hux. Go from like back-to-back bangers and then Hux.
Hux. Hux.
You know what's crazy?
What?
If we were just judging by Force Awakens, I'd put him probably in A tier.
I mean, what did he do? He blew up Oh, dude, if we were going just by that, like, we put Tarkin in A tier from what he did. Hux pulled the trigger on an entire galaxy.
Doesn't keep that energy.
No, not at all. No, it's garbage.
But he's not a dark wizard.
He isn't. But I mean, let's see.
Or kidnap kids.
He did.
So,
well, yeah, he did.
Did he?
First Order, they kidnapped those kids.
Yeah, but him personally, he didn't do it.
He was in charge.
Oh, but that knocked himlock. You said that he didn't actually do that stuff.
No, he did not. When you know when it came down to it, that's why Hux is an S, because he face turned. I have him in. I was gonna say I had him at really high C because he face turns, but he also does some crazy. I put him low B. I'll give you that. I give him low B.
I got him low C.
You got him in low C. He blew up all of them.
Dude, for me, you know, like your character started here. He started here for me. His Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker characterization are so bad that it drops him all the way here.
Okay.
That's how bad it is to me.
Dang.
I mean, I'll do like here.
Okay. I'm happy with that.
Because that scene where, like, we'll bow to the First Order. It's good.
It's great.
It's awesome.
Yes.
But man, it really falls apart though.
I know.
It's real bad.
Yeah.
Like, he just becomes a joke.
I know. It's sad. It's one of those
Him
many
and
things.
Finn, man, were some of the biggest fumbles.
I agree, because he's cool. Remember when we all thought he was going to be a Kenobi?
No.
Oh, a lot of people thought that.
Really? That was a theory? I'd never heard that one.
That he was going to be somehow related. Yeah.
Pre-Vizsla. a wielder of the dark saber.
Yes.
Leader of Death Watch.
Yes.
He does some pretty bad stuff.
A Mandalorian through and through.
He's like kind of bottom of B for me.
Yeah.
He's not like,
I had him in C tier.
he's not anything
So,
special.
Yeah, he
Okay.
isn't.
Where do you want him to be?
I mean,
I'll let you call it.
really?
Yeah, because I don't care that much about.
Yeah, I don't
He's
care
fine.
that much. Yeah, I was going to say, I think he's fine as well. That's the problem, is that he's just fine.
I like C for me is like, this is mid. Like
Yeah.
they are fine.
Yeah.
But he does do some bad stuff.
Yeah.
So like that inches
Fine.
him up
He's
a tad.
below Savage then.
That's where I would put him.
Yeah. Okay.
Last couple. There's still one more heater in here. Is it going to be the last one? Rook! Lightning round!
Wow, I didn't know about this. We did
Did
here.
we put all the lightning round ones first?
We
That's
did.
So funny.
Oh my gosh. D, I guess. I don't.
No.
Where would you put him?
C.
Why?
I mean, he does he does all Thrawn's bidding. He's pretty, he's fun in that way.
Yeah, but I mean, is he just a guy listening to orders? Is he really evil? Or is he just a good soldier?
Okay, but he's still an antagonist.
All right.
He's
Is he better than Gideon Hask, though?
Is he better than Gideon Hask?
I think he's not better than Gideon Hask.
I mean, I don't know. He's a pretty good combatant. He's kind of a Gar Saxon.
Yeah.
Just put him
But
next to Gar Saxon.
But Gar Sax is cooler than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put him like underneath Gar Saxon.
You have longer arms than me. And I'm wearing a cloak.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Falling apart.
We are. Can't do this. There you go. What, like there?
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Okay. So now you're pulling pranks on me. huh?
No.
Admiral Enigma.
I didn't do that, Konnor.
Okay.
I didn't do.
Yeah, sure.
Oh no.
Okay.
What's up, bros and brosettes? It is I, Admiral Enigma, here to submit my rankings into your villain tier list. As a humble man myself, I must bring myself that.
Okay, shut it off.
I
Hilarious.
can't.
Hilarious.
I can't. I
You're
didn't do
not
this.
even trying.
I didn't even do this.
Yeah, just
Well,
turn it
okay,
up.
fine. Roll force wave.
Turn it up. It's got a button right here. It's just
You know.
there we go. F tier.
Sure. Admiral.
Thanks.
Oh.
Ooh.
Jabba
the Hutt.
Gee, a hunk of
Well, man, he's probably going to be an F tier because he's not a dark wizard. He didn't kidnap kids and he
He's
didn't
like-
blow up a planet. So
Yeah.
terrible villain.
Gotcha. I got him in the B tier. He did enslave people. He does hire lots of people to do lots of bad things. He did try to kill his nephew.
Where at?
What?
Where at?
I am in the low B. Yeah.
where I've
He's
got
a
him
worse
too.
person than Boba Fett.
That's where I've got him to.
Gotcha. Okay. Why are you being mean to me? Everyone just likes coming at me.
Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon. Demoff.
The Moff Gideon. Ooh.
Demoff.
Ooh.
Yeah. This one's interesting. Where are you putting him?
Oh man, this list has changed so much from what I've got on my paper, so I have to think about this a little bit. I've got him probably like
Really? Wild. You're lying, aren't you?
no.
Interesting.
He's a good foil.
He kidnaps children.
Yeah, so
he's trying to keep himself alive via cloning. Like he's so selfish. That's what you said, that like he is a ends to the means kind of guy.
But you have him higher than that. Is what
I
you're
do.
arguing.
I
Oh,
do.
okay.
Yes, I have.
I
him
thought you were going to argue lower.
Oh no,
All right.
I would say that he's up closer to like a Sash.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say
I'll
that,
give it to you. I don't think.
I think-
I just don't think he's very evil. Like, I think he's just.
I
very,
think.
like-
Well, I mean, when you start messing with your own DNA in order to keep yourself alive,
Yeah.
and stealing children's blood in order to do that,
Fair enough. Fine.
yeah, then I'd put him that he's more evil than her.
More evil than Asajj Ventress?
Yes, I would put even that. I think that he might even be more evil than the Inquisitor. There we go. I'm
Fine.
happy with that. Okay,
Fine.
I'm happy with that.
See, I thought you were going to argue he was lower, and I was
No.
like, brother.
No, come on.
I'm like, oh,
not
brother,
that
this
crazy.
guy stinks.
Oh, brother. Why you gotta be mean to me? That's never like. Oh my gosh,
Just haven't gotten over Balin's skull. Ooh,
you're still on about that?
got the cracked head
Yes.
Snoke there.
Exactly. Look at that. He's so regal.
Yeah.
Snoke. Where do you have Snoke?
He's hard.
He is so tough.
He's really tough.
Yeah.
He's like...
He's almost like an extension of Palpatine. Like, he's nothing more than that. Like, that's it.
He's just a puppet.
Yeah, and that's about it. So it's hard to just really place him.
You got like... He's evil, obviously.
Yeah.
I just don't know anything about him.
And he doesn't have any deeds. I mean, he seduces Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Kylo
he
Ren
runs the First Order. So you could, I guess, maybe attribute
give them
the
their
First
sins.
Orders.
Yeah.
He's hard. Like I have him personally like at the where do I have him on my list? I have him, and even looking at it, I don't know that I even believe it. I have him just above Jabba.
Interesting.
Just because I think that he has a presence.
Yeah.
I like Andy Serkis's performance, which I know is not really like.
That's nothing about the character.
I know, but
I think we need to call in a ringer.
Yeah.
To help us. Yes.
We got another one.
Yes, we do.
All right. Star Wars Sith 66. Help us out. Tony.
You're our only hope.
It is clear as day that Snoke is an S tier villain, and I'm going to tell you why right now. Let me paint the picture for you. It's 2015. Force Awakens is coming out. The trailers are amazing. Star Wars is back. Go to the movie and we're introduced to Snoke. Who is this guy? Is he the next Palpatine? Who trained him? He's training Kylo. He's running the show. He looked so intimidating. Andy Serkis voicing him. Like, come on. Like, this guy could have been S tier. But Last Jedi,
That's fake out.
right in half. Done. No nothing. Rise of Skywalker, Konnor's favorite movie. He's just a clone. So he could have been S tier, but in reality, he's probably a high C, low B. But if we would have got more of his backstory, who his master was, how he probably killed his master, and him just being a Palpatine level threat throughout the whole sequels, he could have been S tier. But unfortunately, that's not the world that we live in. So, Seth, your hair is looking great right now, but Snoke, low B, high C. See you guys later.
Had me in the first half, not gonna lie.
I was scared. I was like, where's he going with this?
I really thought what you were gonna say is like, okay, he's S tier, but he got cut in half, so he's right in C.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. He's in C tier.
I mean, he's right. Like Tony's 100% right.
Yeah.
Like I'm fine with like I'm personally where he's at. Like he's top of C. Like he does have a presence. He is evil.
Yeah.
I do think that you can attribute some of the First Order's deeds to him.
Yes. Oh, definitely. I mean, they're doing it in his name or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's like that
supreme leader.
Yeah. That like it's weird because he's kind of off in his corner doing his dark wizard stuff while like the military is doing all like the crazy acts. Yeah.
You just don't get anything. Like we don't know anything about him, his motivations, why he's doing anything.
No, not really.
Oh, but he's just Palpatine's clone.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
Yeah. Neat.
So that's why he's doing these things.
That's stuck. Goodness. Lightning round. Ravis.
Ooh.
You don't know who this is. Jedi Survivor. He's Dirge, basically. He's the same species.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I like Dirge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's neat. He's like a indiscriminately C tier. There's an argument to be made for low B. Actually, you know what? He is kind of low B.
Is he better than
Yeah.
He's better than Kira?
Yeah.
He's better than Snoke? It's better than Hux?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I haven't played the game. He's better than Mother Talzin.
I'm trying to think if he's better than Night Sister. I do think he's better than the Night Sister because he kind of serves that role in the game.
Gotcha.
As that like secondary, like kind of big bad you got to fight. He does have some fun characterization where he's like he's a hired gun but he has like a life debt to Dagan Gera.
Yeah. And
so he just is like living it out. But then Cal Kestis beats him and he's like, hey, now you owe me your life debt. And he's like, nah, just kill me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to serve under you.
Gotcha.
I'll just put him here.
Okay.
So I guess I personally
have
found
no
him
skin in it.
I personally found him a little more interesting than Dagan Gera.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's hard to say. What we got?
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
You are bold one.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey.
I don't even think we should touch this one. I think
No.
we just need here. There's one guy we know.
There's a super fan.
We've been getting a lot of help this episode.
It's true.
There's a super fan out there.
Yes.
The General Grievous Stan.
Yes.
We're just gonna let the Cosmic Drifter Cole take it away.
Just let him rap.
Incoming transmission from the Cosmic Drifter.
So, I hear you're doing a villains tier list. Ow, God. General Grievous. Hey, Konnor and Seth. You asked me to Konnor and Seth. You volunteered. No, I volunteered to do this. Konnor and Seth. Konnor and Seth, welcome to the show. A villain's tier list. What is a villain? Why? My pick is General Grievous. Bam! Did I edit that properly? Bam, bam! Bam, bam, bam! I'm Cole, the chaotic half of MORTISFM. I do not represent the entirety of the brand. You asked me and several other creators to take part in the villains tier list. Who do I have? You know, General Grievous. And you know what? I'm gonna say it right now. He's S tier, okay? Just no. Grievous is S tier because it ends in S. Grievous, not Grieva. He is right up there with Vader, with Palpatine, Maul, Dooku, C.O. Bibble, and I've summarized it into the easiest, most digestible way possible. General Grievous. I mean, it's like, he's like, I mean, he's got like, no, the reason why, specifically, well, I mean, it's simple, right? I mean, like, if you don't know already, he's got this, I've got it. Hold on. Huh? I've got it. It's getting late. I will see you tomorrow. I've got something. I looked up a little something, but don't worry. I know that I don't have all that much time, but it should only take a second, really. We got, well, if I'm being honest, yeah, so there's this little planet called Kali. Well, the year is 1977. And that is the original trilogy. So then, in 1999... And actually, that's where Grievous comes in. I'm gonna be honest, that's really all that I have to say about that. Really, that's the summarized version. Thanks, Seth and Konnor. Really appreciate it. I know you guys heard everything I had to say, so thanks.
Wow.
I think we just compiled a bunch of reasons to watch everyone but us.
Yeah, it's true. Gosh, man. Wow.
I didn't have him there, but I mean,
where'd you have him?
I mean, what are we gonna say to that? I mean, honestly,
he swayed you,
dude. The poster board.
I know.
The fact that he came back the next day. Did you really come back the next day for that? The lighting changed it.
It's true, yeah.
Wow. That got me. Yeah. I was like, he was messaging me like, this is 3 minutes. Is that okay? I'm like, wow, is this 3 minutes long? I personally had him top of B.
Me too. I had him at the very top of B.
That's where I had him.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can move him though. Like with that much effort and persuasion.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Dang, I can't even. Like, how do you follow that? Like, how do you follow that?
I know.
In all seriousness, like Grievous is I think he looks awesome. Like he's another one of those just like rule of cool almost trumps everything else.
Yeah.
He is
genocide.
He sure did.
Yes.
And then
no remorse.
Yeah. I mean, he is evil for the sake of evil.
Yes, he is.
I think if
he's got a good reason though, too, that like I was gonna say he gets lied to and everything like that. Yeah.
And I think that there's a scene that really stands out to me in Clone Wars where he's like, I don't care about your politics. And he's like FaceTiming the Jedi Council.
Yeah.
So you know what? I mean, I don't think I could put him in S, but I could put him in A for that.
He can be at the bottom of A. That's fine. He can be.
I mean, he is cool. Like, I think he's one of the most unique villain characters.
Well, and I mean, he's like proto Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool where that technology comes from and
You know
stuff
what?
like that.
I could go right here.
Oh, wow.
He could go above Hemlock.
Okay.
Sorry, Grayson.
Gotcha. Dang. Dang. But A for effort. My goodness.
My goodness.
Wow.
You know, everybody like really came out to bat.
Yeah.
Lightning round.
Yeah.
Admiral Trench. I hate spiders. Get out of here, Admiral Enigma. You're bottom of F tier. He's also F tier though.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Bye.
No comment. You agree?
He's dumb. Just gets impaled by Anakin.
I do think he sounds cool though.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
okay. You know what?
Oh, he's better than
Ochi.
He's better than Ochi. All right. We have the second sister.
Oh.
Yeah. Another Inquisitor. See, this one's tough too because she kind of face turns.
She doesn't.
I mean, she like kind of becomes a good guy, right? Right before she died. Okay, fine. Then I guess I can't talk.
She does not become a good guy.
She doesn't like see the error of her ways.
No, she she fights Cal.
Yeah.
And then she has a moment where maybe if she lived longer, she might have turned.
Gotcha.
But she doesn't. She loses.
Gotcha.
She loses to Cal. She loses her lightsaber, and then Seer's there. And it's not that she doubles down. She just has like a look of indifference. That she's.
But Vader's walking up, right?
But then Vader walks up. And then the only thing she does is she says, avenge us.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like Darth Maul, though. It's like not that she's
given up at that point.
So you could argue that she has like a very last minute come to the light moment. But in my opinion, I don't think so. I think it's more of a Maul situation where she's like,
this is the end and I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Okay. I have her in C tier.
C tier?
Yeah. Why? Where do you have her?
I have her in A tier.
A tier?
I think she's the best.
Granted, I can't.
I think she's the best version of this type of character.
Yeah. And I was going to say too that like, I mean, she is better than all the other Inquisitors besides maybe the Grand Inquisitor.
I think she's better than the Grand Inquisitor. I think that she's got an excellent character arc in Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Like really good.
Yeah.
Great foil to Cal Kestis. You're talking about a fallen Jedi who was has been having issues with her master.
Yeah.
I mean, it's playing off of Cal perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And then also she does stay evil. And I'll give you, maybe she has that moment at the very end where she could have, if she lived longer, been convinced to turn.
Yeah.
I think that she is definitely the best Inquisitor. She is the best characterization of any of the villains in the games.
Yeah.
Where did I have her in A tier? Oh, I actually shifted some of those around a little bit. I had her above Bode. Yeah. I had her above Bode. I think she's a little bit, I'd actually change it. I think she's just below Bode, in my opinion.
Okay. I mean, I don't know enough.
All right.
Yeah.
Just gonna
I don't know enough.
Defer.
Yeah. It's not fair. I was under the impression that she turned more in the end.
It's like I said, it's a moment where maybe if she lived longer.
Okay.
Okay, now it really feels like we are getting to the end. There's like only a few left.
I can't feel anymore.
Director Krennic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to come right out with it. He's A tier. I think he's awesome.
Really?
I think he's awesome. Really? And I think he is evil. I think he's...
You think he is?
Okay.
I think he's always just trying to like, just better himself.
Dude, there's like...
Dude, I'm so hot.
That's okay.
You can keep talking. I can't even... Yeah. You think I was just talking about myself?
No.
Okay.
It was so random. I was like,
I
what are you
can't do it
doing?
anymore. I'm so hot. And, like, this is so ridiculous. They're like, I tried to commit to the bit. I couldn't.
Anyway, I think, but I mean, like we said, selfishness is the root of evil.
It is.
So I think there's a scene in particular
sucks.
that really,
Yeah.
what do you mean he sucks? He gets the job done. I mean, he builds the Death Star.
He does.
And
it's not working, though. He can't get it to actually work.
But I mean, for one reason that he does solve.
Yeah.
And the thing that I think really showcases how evil he is when they blow up Jeddah and he just says, oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, he just killed a lot of people.
Yeah. And all he can see is the beauty of his destruction.
I think he's below. I think he's above Hemlock. He's below Tarkin for sure. But I think he's
You think that he's more... You don't think Tarkin's more evil than him?
No, yeah. So I think he's below Tarkin.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
He's below Tarkin, but he's above Hemlock for sure. I think he's definitely more... Like, he's better than... He's a better villain than Hemlock.
Is he a better villain than Grievous?
I don't know. I'll leave that one up to you. Do you think he fits in that age? Where'd you have him?
I had him, like, at the top of the... I had him in low B.
You had a low B?
Yes.
Why?
Because, like, I mean, I just feel like that there's always someone better. Like, he's trying, he's clawing his way, but I think that he's a company man through and through. Really, I think he's just diehard Empire.
Yeah, you don't think that makes him a villain, though?
But I don't, like, but the whole thing is, like, but Tarkin's better than him. Everybody's better than him. He just sucks. That's the
Does
only.
he, though?
I don't think that he, again, like, at being a villain, I think he sucks.
Why?
What
In what way does he fail?
Well, what am I gonna go do? I'm gonna go talk to Vader. Hey, can I do this? And gets himself choked. All right, I'm gonna go to the plans. And they're like, yeah. Well, what are we doing? Deploy the garrison, I guess. They're like, I'm gonna go up there and do this myself, and I get shot. They're like, I mean, like, he just, yeah. I just.
Who can argue with that?
A man of your talents. Ben, I really like you. I hope that's not. I'm just being silly.
You're talking about Ben Mendelsohn?
Yeah, I don't want you to like
Ben. If you're watching the show,
yeah, I know. I just don't want anybody to think that like that's any reflection on him, just the character. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think he's awesome. I think
he's a neat character. I just don't think that he's a neat villain. That's the whole thing.
Where in B?
I had him low B.
Where specifically?
Like, I don't feel like that he is.
I mean, you built the Death Star, and then he blew up Jeddah. Like, you can't take that away from him.
I guess that's true. Fine. He can be.
What about here? Like, what about Dedra?
But is Asajj Ventress more evil than him?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. He isn't a dark wizard. I guess that's true. That gives you a certain kind of.
Yeah, it automatically. You know, you start at S tier if you're a dark wizard.
No, you don't. That is, you start at C. It just helps. Lightning round.
General Pride.
I was gonna say Pride. I couldn't even remember this dude's name. They're like, neat. That like he's just F.
F. I don't think he's F.
What's he even do?
I mean, he's D. F like actively takes away.
Gotcha. But I mean, he's just there.
Fair, I don't think Trench is F. I think Trench is probably D tier. I think that's not fair.
Okay.
Like F tier is like, okay,
he doesn't do anything except he just blows up. Like,
but he doesn't. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like he doesn't do anything to help, but he also doesn't do anything to take away from the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
You know? Like, he doesn't ruin the movie.
Okay.
I'm okay with D tier. I think you're probably right with that. We're at D tier. Is he better than the Knights of Ren?
He's definitely not cooler looking than the Knights of Ren.
I actually think he does a little more than the Knights of Ren, though.
Okay. There we go.
All the lightning round characters. Oh, finally. I was waiting on this guy.
Yeah.
Where was Grand Admiral Thrawn?
Wow. Daddy cool. Daddy Thrawn.
I had a tough time with this one.
Yeah, I do too.
I had a real tough
because
time.
the whole thing is like
you can't take legends into account.
You can't, and that means there's not a lot.
There's not a ton. You got Rebels, you have Ahsoka, and you have the books.
But the whole thing though too is I feel like that we can look at the Thrawn trilogy as kind of soft canon, because I think that they're going to rework all that.
As like maybe a direction they'll go.
Yes,
perhaps.
but I feel like that is still a good, because Thrawn still stays the same character. So I think that you could kind of look at those as an extension of the character.
Where do you have him?
Where do I have him? I had him in the B tier. Where did you have him?
For Grand Admiral Thrawn? It's because he's not a wizard, isn't it?
I mean, it doesn't help. But
I mean,
where'd you have him?
I think that Thrawn is very easily going to become S tier.
Is he evil, though?
Yes.
I mean, he's trying to do everything for the good of his people, isn't he?
Once again, we have to ask the main question. It's not about how evil they are. Is he a good antagonist?
Good foil to Ahsoka?
No, it's not about being a good foil to Ahsoka.
Good foil to the galaxy?
He rises above that, and that's what makes him more interesting. He's a Sidious in that way.
Yeah.
He is a galactic level foil.
Yeah.
So.
Not yet, but yes.
Well, that's what he is positioned as narratively.
Yes, exactly.
Now we don't know. We don't know how that's going to turn out.
That's why, again, I had him in B. He's not there yet.
I have him in a floating A.
Gotcha. Floating A.
Because I think, I mean, just looking at what he does in canon, Rebels, he's real good in Rebels. He's like the best part of Rebels.
Yes.
Ahsoka, he's real good in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Like
he's not the best part, but he's pretty good.
No, but he's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the books, he's pretty good in the books.
Yeah, it's true.
Like he is a really good villain. Also, real cool. Lars Mikkelsen puts on a performance, and it's really good.
Yeah.
I think soft A, where like he just kind of floats there to see where the story ends up.
Well, I think we should call it a ringer.
We got one more?
We do have one more.
Okay, who do we have this time?
We got Nate from Space Bear Unlimited.
Space Bear Unlimited.
Yes.
All right. Hit us.
Hello there. I'm Nate from Space Bear Unlimited, and today I want to talk about Thrawn. Thrawn is one of my absolute favorite villains, mostly because I've loved him all the way since he was an original heir to the Empire. There's a lot of anticipation about him right now with the upcoming movie coming out, and I think he's been phenomenal in all forms, whether book, TV show, or hopefully in the movie here soon. My favorite thing about Thrawn is that he's kind of different in how he's powerful, right? It's not an obvious power that he's good with a lightsaber or strong in the Force. His main weapon is his brain. And, you know, I wasn't the captain of the football team. I was kind of a nerd growing up. And so I identified really well with this character who was just smart enough to win by outwitting his opponents. So I love Thrawn for that. For me, Thrawn is firmly an A tier.
Surprised me. I thought he was going to go S tier.
Yeah.
The A tier. I mean, that solidified my opinion personally. I think it makes a great point that like this is we even brought this up during Ahsoka. Like this is Sidious without the dark wizard stuff. And it's why
that's what makes him a threat.
That's what makes him a really
because he can forward think.
He can be a unique villain in that way.
Yeah.
Like I think that he's like we mentioned how Tarkin is like the Imperial. This guy is like this is the raid boss of Imperials.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think that like I said, he floats here for me. I don't know where he sits. He's just up here, and we'll see where he ends up. And we see where he ends up.
Okay. He's the A tier.
Yeah. Well, give me a solid argument.
I mean, again, it's just that we don't know a whole lot.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I was getting hung up.
Know
yes. I mean, again, the gravitas is there. Ahsoka's looking for him. Everyone's trying their darndest to get either get him into the galaxy or keep him out of the galaxy. But at the end of the day, he was thwarted by whales.
I mean,
who could see that coming though?
Yeah, exactly.
Who could see that? I mean, honestly, I mean, if whales came in here, but
what I love about Thrawn is that he immediately learns from that.
It's
like
true.
in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And that's pretty consistent with the books too, like the old Heir to the Empire books.
Yeah.
And another thing that Nate brings up that's really important is that this is a character who really spans media and time, and like a Palpatine, like a Vader. That, I mean, I think he's kind of an all-timer for a reason.
Yeah.
But again, I think he's got to float because it's like
we don't know.
He could fall flat on his face.
Okay.
Legends, S tier.
Yeah.
Canon, we'll find out.
Yeah.
So he's floating.
Next to Balin.
This list is getting so messy.
It is.
This There's probably only a few left. I think that's all of our friends.
Yeah. Lightning round. Fifth brother.
It's just the Inquisitors.
Sister. Yeah,
Every
the
other Inquisitor.
Oh my gosh. Bottom of C.
Well, you're being that nice. Okay.
Oh yeah, bottom of C. Why? Where would you put them?
Top of D.
Top of D? I mean, they all kind of suck. That's the whole thing. But except Maroc. Maroc puts him at the bottom of C.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Forgive me.
Yep.
I didn't even think about that.
Exactly. Gosh, that's so insensitive that he didn't even make your picture.
I completely forgot about Maroc. No.
He's the other Inquisitors.
No,
That's what
I should have
thought.
made him his own picture.
Well, you're lucky because he'd be right next to Palpatine.
That's right. He'd be up there in S tier.
Move over, Vader.
Newt Gunray.
Oh my gosh. I said this today and you were
That's why I sent that meme to you. He sent me a picture. He sent me a text earlier. It's like, at this point, we might as well be putting separatist leaders in our list. And I just sent a meme that was like, lightning round, Newt Gunray.
I think he's great. I think
he's great.
He's top of D.
Yeah, he's C tier for me.
Okay.
He's fun.
Yeah, I like him too.
He's fun.
Yeah. Shoot her, Django. It's great.
Shoot her or something.
It's great stuff. Another Inquisitor.
Barriss Offee.
Yeah, I know. And this is another thing. I think that she's...
This is easy for me.
I think that she's a C. Because she's not even really a villain. She's just trying to keep herself alive. She's barely even a villain. So like she starts at the C. Fine. Where are you going to put her?
She goes comfortably in D tier.
Gotcha.
Because again,
she doesn't even really ever go bad.
I guess this is my class. These guys should really be very bottom of C because my classification for D is like these guys start to hurt the property they're in.
Yeah.
So like she's worse than these two because all of these guys. I liked her in Clone Wars a lot.
Yeah, I know. I like the idea of terrorist act on the Jedi Temple.
Yeah,
yeah,
she's great. Like,
yeah,
just Clone Wars. Pick your poison.
Tales of the Empire.
Tales of the Empire.
It's basically all face turn.
Completely ruined the character for me.
Exactly.
I think she's D tier all the way. Unfortunately, which is a real bummer. I mean, we had no episode about it. We don't need to go into it. Okay, is this the last one? This is the last one.
What a journey it's been.
What a journey.
What a journey.
Morgan Elsbeth, the other pair to the Tales of the Empire. How about that?
Yes. Yes.
The good half of Tales
exactly.
of the Empire.
Yeah.
I had her. Where did I have her?
I had her in low B.
I had her in low B as well.
Yeah. Because I think that she manipulates all those people. She goes on her, yes, we said that the witches of Dathomir aren't exactly evil per se, but she starts really pushing on that whole and it's also what do they say, the friends you keep? Who does she hang out with? She's hanging out with Thrawn. She's hanging
she's probably right there above Boba Fett for me.
Yeah,
because I think she's evil. I just am a little fuzzy on her intentions. Still,
it is kind of again, I think it's just it's in here. Yeah. And I'll give you that. She was wronged as a child, but still, that doesn't give you the right to be a monster. Yeah.
What a list.
I know.
What a list.
It's been a journey. Hey, and you know what? It's about the friends you made along the way. I just want to say,
I think we gained a lot of friends, but maybe we lost one.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I want to thank everybody, though, for helping us.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Thanks for all the people who decided to join in on the fun here. That was a blast.
Yes.
And gave your opinions just on a silly tier list.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with this overall. I mean, this is relatively close to where I had it. There's nothing super offensive. Even though we argued about it a ton, he still ended up pretty much where I had him.
Yeah.
So you didn't actually move him.
Okay.
Where did you have him? Did you put him in B?
I had him in B.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any that you are looking at that you're like, oh, this is totally offensive?
I mean, I think he's awful high. I think I apparently need to play the Fallen Order game so I know who these characters are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good. Just watch like a movie cut. Bode is good.
I ain't got time for that.
My biggest ones that I had Plagueis and Maul swapped. Those were my only three I had in S tier.
Yeah.
I had Plagueis right here, tippy top of A.
Yeah.
My A was a lot more robust in my list. I had a lot more in A. Like I had Krennic up there. I had some other ones in there.
Mhm.
Like Snoke was in B. But
Yeah.
I think we averaged them out pretty okay. I think the only one that was really contentious was Balin.
Yeah. Who'd we argue? We argued about Krennic quite a bit too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got my way with Balin. You got your way with Krennic. So
I
it
guess
worked out.
so. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Here's your last minute chance to argue anything.
I
You
don't
move anybody.
No, I think that I'm happy with it overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only people that I'm like, these
Jango
guys
Fett seems kind of high.
Really?
Comparatively, that like I think we're looking at the deeds through his spawn.
Yeah, once you start comparing him to these other guys.
Yes, exactly. Like I don't think he's more evil than Moff Gideon or Asajj Ventress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I had him in the Fets. Like I had Jabba kind of in the middle. I feel like the Jabba's like,
I almost
middle
think
tier.
that these two could be swapped with maybe some of these guys up here.
Yeah.
Like Hemlock and maybe even Second Sister. No, Second Sister should stay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with the A tier overall, but these are the only ones that I'm like, man, I wish everyone I'm pretty happy with. These are the only ones I think maybe could be higher.
Yeah.
These guys I think probably should be a C realistically. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, very bottom.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
Yeah.
He deserves it. Boo.
Deserves everything
Boo
he gets.
Admiral Enigma.
Exactly. Trying to crash our party. This
Okay.
party's over.
Long episode, guys, but we
Yes.
are going to round it out with a
Yes.
little bit of fan question responses. So let's hit it.
Clear your mind of questions.
Okay, so I did something a little bit different today on the fan questions. I asked you guys a question. What was your hottest villain take? What was the take that would make you guys look like a villain on this show?
Ooh.
Starting out, Katiesaurus.rex. The separatist movement, from the public's perspective, is a sympathetic movement. I could agree with that.
I could agree too.
For the most part, right? Like
Yeah.
it starts to get really muddy once you throw Count Dooku in there and like
It's
Grievous.
true. Yeah.
But overall, like the secessionist movement and stuff.
Yes, because I mean, at the beginning, it almost seems like that it's kind of a, kind of like a non-violent stand, and then with Geonosis and Count Dooku taking their positions, that it's like, oh,
Then it really starts to.
okay, all right, I guess you're not so non-violent. Yeah, this all kind of started out with as a trade blockade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Old Greg Foskett. Kylo Ren is a great villain and has good development, but in bad movies, story plots to be in.
I mean, I think he's a great character, but not a great villain, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
That's
bit.
what makes him a great character, though. He's not just a carbon copy of Darth Vader.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Matt 66801. Darth Jar Jar would have legit been a great storyline.
It kind of derails everything else, though. So no, it wouldn't have been a great.
You got a
Actually,
big
we'll
eye
see
roll
with
from
the.
Seth.
We'll see in that one
In the
movie.
Lego-
in
in
the
the
Lego
Lego
thing.
story.
Yeah, we'll see if it's a good story.
Well, hey, Seth rolled his eyes at Matt 66801, but is gonna give you a thumbs up probably to Tom Chadburn 1501. That Darth Bane has the best storyline.
He's pretty cool. I like him a lot. I wish he could have made this list, but
Riley _Andrew versus the Jedi leaders of the Galactic Republic era were the true villains, complacent and far too rigid. Dude, Mace Windu, I should have put him on this list.
Yeah.
He would have made it to S tier.
I mean, what about Qui-Gon?
Dude,
everything could have been avoided.
Hush.
If he would have just left that kid on.
Just get out of here.
I mean, no.
Just get out of here. I need a new co-host. Anybody just want to I'm going to be putting out applications. Adam.c.gilbert13. Barriss Offee should have stayed an Inquisitor. Yep.
Definitely didn't do her any favors in our tier list. Terrible villain.
Ooh. Mario Ducati. Killing Palpatine doesn't redeem Darth Vader. I want to read between the lines here, and I'm going to assume what you mean is that killing Palpatine
doesn't make up for his sins.
Doesn't make up. I see this a lot.
Yeah.
I think I personally, personal take, find this to be a misread of what happens there. Like it's not about weighing one deed versus the other. I've talked about this a lot. It's like about the galactic versus the cosmic consequences of your actions.
Mm-hmm.
And like his heart turning does earn his redemption.
Yeah.
Regardless of his past sins. He does pay still a galactic price in his death.
Yeah. I would kind of tack on to that too, that it's almost like he at that point is an extension of his son.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the Force. That it's not even really him.
And
that,
sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, continue.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
What were you doing? No, I didn't want to.
It's all good.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
It's all good. No, keep going.
I was just going to say, I don't think, and I think that this is perhaps I would phrase it a different way. Killing Palpatine doesn't redeem Vader. No, but saving his son does.
Yeah.
It's not the act of killing Palpatine that redeems Darth Vader. It's the act of saving his son. It just so happens to be the same action that does it. But fun. It's a fun thought experiment. So I appreciate the hot take.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's one of my favorite things to talk about.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. That's why I wanted you to keep talking. Yeah.
Winter 442, Maul was a better on-screen villain animated than Vader was, animated or live action.
It's a pretty hot take.
I did ask for hot takes.
I was going to say that's a pretty hot take. I mean, Vader went into a fight knowing he was fighting his son and chopped off his hand and still tried to turn him.
It's true.
Yeah. Darth Vader choked his wife with their unborn children.
It's true. Maul did kill Obi-Wan's
his main squeeze. Yeah, he did. But I mean, that was really also to like probably make sure that he's in charge as well. I think it was kind of like, you know, I have the Darksaber and now I've killed the Duchess. Now I'm really in charge.
Yeah.
So I think that there was, you know, this is a nice, oh, you like her? This is even better. Yeah.
Pro Jason Wingard, Maul is a top 3 Star Wars villain. It's funny. I had him as number 3 in my original list.
Gotcha.
I would personally agree. He's got him as a top 5.
I was going to say, yes, he's at the top of the A tier.
BC_Scrubs, Boba Fett in the original trilogy was severely overrated. Right there.
He looks cool though.
he do be looking cool.
Yep. And then also Legends helped a lot with him being cool. He did lots of cool stuff in that.
Yeah.
So
speaking of looking good, Ashton Sharrett. Wait, did you mean hottest Star Wars villain? That's Shin. Star.wars.nerd00. Kylo Ren could have been one of the best if they had let him get more and more engulfed in the dark side. Yes.
Yep.
100%. That's the best part of the original Duel of Fates concept, like the original script for episode 9.
He just doesn't turn back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I like this. Josh Freiss. If Thrawn was at the Battle of Endor, things might have ended differently. That's a main point of the Heir to the Empire book. They talk about like.
Do you think that he could have rallied the troops after the Death Star?
Yeah, I think so. I wonder if
what about the field buff that Palpatine was giving everybody?
Well, he was only giving them the field buff because they didn't have morale. Like that was the whole point. Is like the Palpatine. He was so powerful that they put all their cards on Palpatine.
Yeah.
If they would have diversified their strength a little
faith.
More and had a strong leader like Thrawn, where you didn't need all of that.
Yeah.
Palpatine goes down. Well, you still got Thrawn.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
I think it's a neat point.
Yeah.
Michael_Kramer98. Maul and Savage could have killed Sidious if Savage didn't die. Yeah, but Savage did die, though.
No way. No, not even close. Are you trying to tell me Mace Windu could take both of them?
Oh.
Don't you think?
Mace Windu beat Palpatine, though.
I know. So that's what I'm saying, is like, yeah.
Everybody's ruffling Seth's feathers today.
What do you think?
I disagree, too.
Personally. Okay. All right.
Personally.
Yeah.
It's okay, Michael. We still love you.
Yeah, no way. It's a hot take.
Oh, this is a hot take.
Right.
AB_Toy Picks. Balin Skull is the new Boba Fett. Mysterious, vague past, and all around BA. I thought he was going to tack on there at the end, like just like nothing. You know, it's like we don't know anything. Yeah, maybe we'll see. But I think that he's going to live up to the hype.
Yeah, I think so too. Hopefully, he doesn't just just make him die off.
Then the last one and the best one, Mustafa_6. Rey is the real villain. She buried the lightsabers in sand.
Rough, coarse, irritating. Gets everywhere.
What an episode, guys. Yeah. What an episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the return of the board, the return of the tier list. Next week, it's the Acolyte. We're getting some more villain stuff. Maybe we'll throw a couple more on here.
We might.
Who knows,
New
right?
Star Wars next week, though.
New Star Wars. We're back to the grind.
We
right?
are.
We got a brief reprieve. But now we're
Exactly.
back. Hey, but you know what? Tuesday nights again. Thank goodness.
Woo!
So, hey, next week, look forward to The Acolyte. We're going to be covering the 2-episode premiere of The Acolyte. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Let us know. What did you agree with? What did you disagree with? Throw down. There's a lot of villains to tier list, but put in maybe your top 5. What are your top 5? And maybe give you guys were totally wrong about Pong Krell. He should have been top of S. Let us know.
Yeah. Maybe Crayola over there should have been on our list.
Crayola?
Yeah, the red guard. Maybe he should have made the list.
He should have.
Yeah.
He should have.
Kronos. Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed, guys. This was a lot of fun. And once again, a huge shout out to all of those awesome creators who participated in this collaboration this week.
Go check out all them.
Yes, they're all in the links. The links to all of their channels will be in the description below. They're all fantastic creators that we all personally enjoy. And they're awesome. And there's just a lot of love to go around. So go check all those guys out. We'll see you guys next week.